there another port on there to plug this into?
All I can hear is static, yeah?
You can't even hear us talking through that mic.
No.
So Paul,
Yeah. I heard you say that's not good.
Maybe this
You
is
said, is there another port on there?
this got to be moved forward. That's all.
I just said all I can hear is static. I could hear you.
so it's not coming through the microphones there.
Yes.
New South Wales country quick, Josh Bennett to take up the attack from the southern end. And Dan, Josh Bennett bowled New South Wales to victory many years ago in Mundo. I think it was eight seasons ago now. A couple of bowlers broke down and he had the tournament of his life. And New South Wales won the tournament and skipper at the captaincy of Graham Batting. Bennett bowled and bowled and bowled and bowled New South Wales to a victory.
Stock bowling, Larwood style.
Unbelievable. Got in the Australian countryside, he's got a baggy green.
So I've got audio on Dan's. Let him know. I can hear you barely, but I think it's through Dan's.
Just open that up the other side if that can come closer, or if I can come closer. Okay, speaking. Looks like we may have some sound up and running here at Lynn Oval. Sorry for the delays, ladies and gentlemen. David Absalom's been and Tim Cox have been working extremely hard. Josh Bennett bowling here to Jeff Kinninan. Easy single there to point. And Dan, a very quiet start considering the blitzkrieg last week from Lake Mac where they made 220 odd. They're just getting them in singles at the moment, Dan.
Yeah, well, I guess they've got to consolidate after losing that wicket the very first ball of the innings. So Josh Bennett, a significant run up here. Bowling to Hardigan. It's tucked off the leg side, shot at the stumps. It's missed. Another leg bye to the total. 1 for 5 in the second over.
Umpire Granger also had the hand out there making it easier to pick up that it's a leg bye. Not a bad day for your cricket, actually, Dan, and looking forward to some really good cricket this afternoon. Not doing anything else. Get out to Lynn Oval and have a look at some really, really good representative cricket. With the winner of this game, of course, going to the finals of the Plan B Regional Bash at the SCG later on this year.
Yeah, certainly plenty of incentive for these two teams to get to play on the hallowed turf of the Sydney Cricket Ground. I think umpire signalled a no ball. No, had his arm out to the side there. I'm not sure what was happening, but it's been a dot ball, so.
We're just doing a quick check on this microphone as well now, guys, just to see if that microphone's up and running. Anyone can hear anything, or if it's a bit faint. Sorry for the technical issues here, ladies and gentlemen. We've been working very, very hard to try and get you two microphones working.
Comes Bennett. Some bat there. Split box. Great fielding there. Mid on by Keith Moody. He's keeping that to 1 run. It's total to 1 for 6. 1 ball remaining in the second over.
Josh Bennett doesn't waste it. It is a long run up, but he doesn't waste it. It's a good build up. He's very, very fit and trim. And Tim Cox next to us. I'm just wondering if Tim Cox played New South Wales country cricket alongside Josh Bennett at one stage in his career. I know Coxie played. He made the Australian countryside himself. Another single. Keith Moody just slightly fumbles that one, and an easy single to Jack Hardigan. And that's the end of the second over. Quiet start here, of course, with a wicket first ball from Angus McTaggart. And let's see who's going to bowl the second over. My understanding is that there might be a lot of changing around of bowlers. And in fact, Zach McGuigan is coming on at the Northern or Stockton Bowling Club end, Dan. Just get a score update for you shortly. Zach McGuigan here. Bowling to Jack Hardigan. Nick Foster getting the field right. Still a third man and still a square leg on the fence. Hardigan gets length. And that is the short boundary today. First boundary today, Jack Hardigan. And again, if you miss your length, you're in all sorts of trouble.
Yeah, can't really afford to do too short or too wide in these early overs. Boundaries, you're required as many as possible in those first 6 overs to get off to a flyer. The first boundary of the afternoon for the late Mac attack. We'll see how McGuigan comes back from that, bowling to Hardigan. It's gone straight down the ground. Does that pierce the field? Back-to-back boundaries to Jack Hardigan. Great cricket. Safe shot down the mid-on. Down in front of the bowling club for 4. 1 for 15 midway through this third over. Dave Redden suggests what par might be in a T20 fixture here at Lynn Oval. The ground's looking in immaculate condition.
Honestly, 175. Being honest, with these conditions, the pitch yesterday was a belter. Trevor Thomas's deck yesterday was a great cricket. No difference here. I would have thought 100, given especially that short boundary on that far side from commentary. Good cricket there from Hardigan, 4-4 single. And you can hear the applause. They always like a single after a couple of boundaries. Rotates the strike. And good cricket there. Good over here. And Zach McGuigan's first over. Now, if McGuigan earns in his line to Ginnina will put him halfway up that hill. He's got fantastic timing and very strong. And he loves it when guys get into his pads. He just deposits it on the hill here at Stockton. Good length there, McGuigan. Just gets a single. Over to Jacob Montgomery. He gets the ball into Ben Balcombe. Dan, great to be working alongside you again. It's always enjoyable commentating with you, and it's also been a pleasure doing podcasts with you, my friend. It's great looking at suburban district cricket. Just to digress for a minute, it's been a lot of fun.
No, agree, Dave. Anytime get to share some commentary with the voice of Newcastle cricket, certainly take advantage of that. Another single there, just pushed away there to backward point. 11 runs from the over thus far with 1 ball remaining. And this is a good over for the late Mac attack. Going at a run a ball.
Sorry, we're just sharing one microphone. He's moved square leg a little bit further in front.
There's the hoik.
Can he stop that? He's moved that man around, and he does stop the boundary. He wouldn't have stopped the boundary if he hadn't been moved there. So 2 runs get in and an excellent over for Lake Mac here, getting themselves going. And we'll get you a score there on the screen. 1 for 20 off 3. Thank you very much. Again, we're doing the best we can here, ladies and gentlemen. We've got 1 microphone, and Dan and I will be sharing commentary with you this afternoon. Last time we commentated was on a terrific day of cricket at the Dennis Broad Cup, albeit we had the unusual day of having T5, T16 and T20 cricket. The weather looks to have conspired today to get us a full T20 game. And again, I hope you're enjoying watching on live streaming. And if you're not, get down here to Lynn Oval, watch some great cricket. 4 Stockton players playing, which we're very proud of. Nick Foster, Jeff Kinninan, Brendan Charlton and Adrian Chad. And the best of Newcastle cricket in front of us here today. Looks like Mitchell Lyle's coming on here from the southern end. And I note that his mother and her partner have arrived here today. It's great to see Sally here, and he's not wearing that terrible South Sydney jumper, which he always wears, which is always good to see, Dan.
Yeah, wrong time of season for that.
It's never a wrong time to play go south, I'm telling you. Never.
So Mitch Lyle.
Very square third, man.
Yeah, he's only 45 degrees.
Yep.
So Lyle to Hardigan. He's had a good launch. That he's hit that. He's pierced the offside boundary, and another boundary to the total for the Lake Mac attack. I believe that's Hardigan's 3rd boundary, and very strong for the offside he's shown there.
And he was very late, which that was a full-blooded drive, but he was very late. He played it late, which meant that it went square, and that's Hardigan is an actual opening batsman. He opens when he plays for St George and for Hamilton Wickham. And that's a trait for opening batsmen. They wait late because the ball's moving. Middle order batsmen will try and hit a bit straighter, but that was a beautiful square drive. Lowell for his second delivery. Hardigan again, a lovely drive. He's absolutely belting it this morning, early this afternoon, Jack Hardigan. No run. Score check is 1 for 24 in the 4th over here at Lynn Oval and Stockton. It's the Plan B Regional Bash qualifier, actually, this game. It's round 3, but with the results last week, these two sides both won at Tuggerah, and the winner, Dan, goes to SCG.
Yeah, as we stated, it's certainly an incentive there for both teams to get an opportunity to play on the Sydney Cricket Ground. I would imagine many of these players won't get that opportunity very often, so take that opportunity when it's available.
Funny you should say that, because interestingly last year these two sides were in different pools. They split them up and they both made the Final Four and ended up playing each other, which was remarkable. But this year they're in the same pool. But last year Newcastle went to Port Macquarie and pulled off the most extraordinary victory, which I'll talk about a bit later. That'll be a very, very good catch. And Moody's dropped it. He actually, at this level of cricket, actually got himself in the right spot. And he'll be very disappointed because he's usually a lovely pair of hands. Hardigan gets a double there. And first job chance of today. Score check for you. Is it 1 for 26, I reckon is about right. Dan, does that sound right? Yep, thank you.
2 balls left in the 4th over.
Just worked off his hip nicely to short fine leg to Angus McTaggart. Just a single. That music you can hear in the background is not coming from cricket, ladies and gentlemen. It's coming from the Stockton Bowling Club. So more live music on today. There was Wood Stockton was on yesterday. Massive afternoon. Don't you laugh. There were 700 people. There was a monstrous day. Wood Stockton was huge. And
Wood Stockton, that's brilliant.
It's pretty clever. It's a pretty good play on words. Lowell now to Hardigan. Sorry, Lowell now to Ganninan with the rotation of strike. Jeffrey drops the ball, his feet. Can Mitchell underarm? No, he can't. Good single. Jack Hardigan responsive, and that's over. So 4 overs gone here. 2 more overs left in the power play. There's no power surge in Plan B, just the 6 over power play. Let me get a score update for you.
1 for 28 from 4.
Over to Dan.
4 overs gone. 1 for 28. Hardigan 19 from 12. Jeff Ganninan 7 from 11. Interesting to see who'll bowl the 5th over in this 6 over power play. Looks like Angus McTaggart coming back into the attack. Bowled the first over, took a wicket with the first ball of the innings. That's been whipped away behind square just for a single. It's 1 run to Ganninan, 1 for 29, the start of the 5th over. McTaggart certainly bowling with some good pace here this afternoon. Very interesting to see how Hardigan goes. He's shown very clean hitting thus far with 3 boundaries, and he's 19 thus far. McTaggart, he's had a go at that. Straight down the ground to mid-on. No run. Good aggressive batting here by Hardigan early in this Plan B Regional Bash Finals qualifier, which is what this game equates to. Lake Mac Attack versus the Newcastle Blasters. McTaggart charging it again. Hardigan. Ooh, squared him up. He's given him. Thought that might have been a bit high, but the finger's gone up again. McTaggart's got his 2nd wicket, and the dangerous Jack Hardigan has gone for 19 from 14 deliveries. And the Lake Mac Attack slump 2 for 29 halfway through the 5th over. Both openers back in the pavilion.
Skipper Adrian Chad.
The captain of the Lake Mac Attack, Adrian Chad, striding out to the wicket. A lot of responsibility, Dave Redder, now on his shoulders to get his team out of this early inning slump.
Absolutely. I agree with you. I thought that was interesting. Both decisions, LBW McTaggart, and perhaps misjudging the bounce slightly. But I think he was expecting to play that as a pull shot, but it hit him towards, I reckon it was just above the knee roll, to be honest.
I thought it hit him in the hector.
Okay.
Sound it, mate.
Won't go there. And so the 2 Stockton locals, Adrian Chad and Jeff Ganninan at the crease. Angus McTaggart coming back into this side. He didn't play last weekend. He was on Sydney road cricket duties. And he's struck early, 2 wickets in his first 8 or 9 balls. And the score is 2 for 29 after 27 balls.
Take a big innings from Chad if you get that high total we're talking about.
It'll be very interesting to see if Nick Foster brings on a spinner very quickly, because Adrian Chad, if he has a weakness, doesn't like facing spin early in his innings. He doesn't use his feet much. He looks to play horizontal bat shots.
So that'll Go all the way, will it?
It will on this outfield. Yep. Angus Mateka erring in line and length. There is a short fine leg in, and all Chad had to do was get that past fine leg, and he did. 4 runs off his first delivery. Back to Tondo.
Yeah, no, if you're saying spin is Adrian Chad's favourite meal on the menu, so to speak, Nick Foster will probably bring himself on very shortly.
Or Nathan Hudson, one of the two.
We'll tag it again and see how he bounces back from that loose delivery. Chad just defence, back down the wicket for no run. Two for 33, 1 ball remaining in this 5th over.
What have you got for us on Tuesday night on your show? On your, give us a bit of a plug for yourself, Dan. What have you got coming up this week?
Actually have Josh Moxey, the Port Stephens Pythons captain and legend. We'll be talking about all the ins and outs of what's happening within the Port Stephens Pythons Cricket Club. They had a clean sweep in all 3 grades yesterday. Just a single there to Chad to finish off the over. 2 for 34 at the end of 5 overs. Yeah, Josh pearled off a 70 yesterday. I'm sure we'll spend some time talking about that in great detail. Probably ball by ball, knowing Josh.
Channel and time, please, everybody.
100.9 FM, Port Stephens FM, 6 till 7, Tuesday nights. Sport Stephens, so we'll be talking plenty of sport. Cricket always gets a bit of a flogging on the program. Another guest to be confirmed.
And don't forget to catch up with the Saundo and Redders Talking Cricket podcast later in the week. Well, hopefully, Dan and I'll get that out to you sometime on Thursday night, all things with work and so forth. So Josh Bennett back into the attack. It's great to see Josh come back in Newcastle cricket and playing representative cricket. He's an outstanding cricketer. And it's fantastic to have him back playing with us. Bennett to Chad, off his thigh. Oh, did he actually get a bit of bat to that? I'm just waiting for David Granger. No, he didn't. That was a leg bye. So leg bye. Bennett now to bowl to Jeff Kinninan. And is that Jake Montgomery? It is. Montgomery's moving back to the ring at mid-wicket. So Foster's got him back right to the edge of the ring. Still in the power play. Kinninan steps outside leg stump. That's hurt Bennett. We'll just wait and see if he's okay. He's got up quickly. And interesting what's Kinninan's footwork there. He stepped outside leg stump. He was targeting that offside boundary. He's only got a squarish third man. Dan and I are still a little bit surprised. That's a really square third man over there at that telegraph pole. So it's a lovely view of your camera footage there on our Frogbox cameras. And of course, we've got a square leg, almost a due square leg, only a touch behind, and a short fine leg. Bennett once again to Chad. Should be another leg by, I think, Dan. This time we got a feather on that one. So just a single to Chad to square leg.
Bennett bowling very economical, only going for 4 runs thus far and 8 deliveries. So he's just angling that ball into the batsman, making it very difficult to give them any room to attack. So mid-wicket's now come out of the circle. The square leg's gone in. So Jacob Montgomery's taking the mid-wicket boundary. He's a sweeper out here at Cow Corner. Of course,
this will be a slow ball bouncer. You may be trying to get him hit the leg side of you.
You're going to set him up.
I think you did take the pace off it.
It's a quick single. The leg side there. No, yep. Single there to get in. 2 for 38. Adrian Chad back on strike. 2 balls remaining in this power play. Be interesting to see if take a high percentage risk and go after Bennett. Fields dropping back. Okay, so fine leg and square leg back out onto the fence. Mid-wicket back into the circle. So quite possibly short pitch ball could be coming his way. Let's wait and see. Wow, that's the old set him up, and the plan worked. And Bennett's gone straight through Adrian Chad's defence, bowled for 6, a run a ball, and the third wicket has fallen. Lake Macatak 3 for 38. 1 ball remaining in this power play. Great bowling there from Josh Bennett. A great spell thus far.
He's been superb. That was a setup, wasn't it? When you set back two men behind square on the leg sides, normally you want to bowl a bouncer or a slow ball bouncer to make them into the leg stump. He's bowled it full. Caught Chatty on the crease a bit there, and he's knocked over off stump. So Josh Bennett's bowling superbly at the moment, and out comes Michael Richardson, who's been in great form for Charles. He's made lots of runs early in this season, and he comes out to bat at a really interesting time. Not sure if anybody expected that Lake Macca would be 3 down inside 6 overs. And they'll have to do a lot of recovery here. They bat deep. They've got Richardson, Chillingworth, Nesbitt, Charlton, Gillard. They can all bat. Dan Bailey can bat as well.
Scored a 50 yesterday in first grade.
He did indeed. He'll be the captain of the Newcastle Colts side in a couple of weeks in Bathurst at their statewide Colts tournament, which will be a massive tournament the second week of January. Dan heading up there to watch some good cricket up there on the high country. And but Richardson himself, a distinguished Newcastle Colt from years gone by, has got a big rescue job to do here, Dan.
Very big job to do. 3 for 38. 1 ball remaining in the 6th over. One of these guys are going to have to look to bat deep into this innings. They can ill afford not to bat their 20 overs. Goes without saying. And here comes Josh Bennett charging in. Last ball of the 6th over and of the power play. Bowling to Michael Richardson. And he just glanced that down to third man for an easy single. And all said and done at the end of the 6th over and the end of the power play, the Lake Mac attack are 3 for 39. Jeff Ganninen's 10 from 14. Michael Richardson is 1 from 1. And Josh Bennett, 2 overs, 1 for 7. Backing up those 2 overs, 2 for 8 from Angus McTaggart. Bowling great partnerships. And you would think the Blasters would be pretty happy with that first 6 over start, Dave.
Blasters on top after the power play, it's clear. Zach McGuigan back on from the northern end. And now with the power play, out comes the field. So Keith Moody's back to the squarish third man. And they're setting back a sweeper at cover and a long off here. So the fieldsmen in the ring are at extra cover point. Straightish mid wicket, which is where Jacob Montgomery will stay for the entire innings and a short fine leg. And the other 5 fieldsmen are on the fence. Long on, long off, cover, sweeper, third man, and forward square leg over there in front of the grandstand. Zach McGuigan from the northern end. Michael Richardson plays hit and run. It looks like they've hit the stumps there, but good fielding from Josh Bennett at the back of the ring keeps that to a single. Basically, Jeff Kennedy, who made 70-odd off 73 off 35 or 34 balls last week for Lake Mac, has to play a different type of innings here. He's going to have to take responsibility for batting very deep, I would suggest. And the thing is, Ganninen's good enough to do that while scoring rapidly, Dan.
Yeah, on his home ground as well, so, you know, all the ground ones that could be in the wicket. Mind you, that wicket looked rock hard when we had a look at it earlier. McGuigan again. Get in and just push that away in the offside for no run. Tell you what, that music certainly adding to the atmosphere here, a party atmosphere at Lynn Oval. Quite a few people here come down to watch this. He's walked down the wicket a bit there, but he's only ended up with a single. Just push that round a square leg, get in. 3 for 41, midway through over 7. This 20 over a side match.
Richardson goes to short fine leg. Bennett has a ping at the stumps. Now the man at the long off's come up the ring, but not quick enough. Gibson, he was in quickly. Can't stop the overthrow. So 2 runs there to Richardson. That song in the background, of course, made famous by the Port Adelaide Football Club. They sing, the whole entire crowd sing that every home game they have at the Adelaide Oval, and 40,000 Port Adelaide fans singing that song. It's pretty hectic when you watch games at the Adelaide Oval. Richardson trying to move that, basically edge that down that this fine third man, missed it completely. Not a bad ball from McGuigan there. Score check is 3 for 43. Dan Saunders and David Redden here with you. The Plan B Regional Bash qualifier between the Newcastle Blasters in green and the Lake Mac Attack and the Minnesota Vikings in LA Lakers colours, purple and yellow. Well, it's interesting that you laugh at that. Well, I thought when they created this side, they'd actually be the Lake Mac Lakers, and I believe that's got something to do with the fact that those colours are purple and yellow. But there's a lot of us that they chose the name Attack, but Lake Mac Lakers would have actually been a pretty good name, particularly with those colours, Dan.
Yeah, very much. Can't argue with that logic. So we've got the helmet being run out onto the field here. So it looks like Captain Nick Foster might be introducing himself into the bowling attack.
Foster bowling to his teammate, get in, and here we go. One of the things, the vagaries of this competition, you're bowling. One of the vagaries of this competition, Dan, you're bowling your own teammates, and Nick Foster will now be bowling to Jeff Ganninan. And Jeffy last night was saying, I'm only going to hit him for ones. I'm not going to try. I guarantee you, with the situation they're in at 3 for 40, 3 off 7, Jeffy will be after him, especially if he can free the arms and get boundaries on that short side, the far side of your screen. We'll just wait and see. Nick Foster will probably bowl a lot of these at the stumps and make Jeff get in and try and hit him to the leg side. Over to you, Sondo.
Yeah, this will be a very interesting contest between Foster and Ganninan. Teammates on the weekends. Nick Foster, very experienced campaigner. He knows where to put the ball. He'll bowl to his field, that's a guarantee. Ganninan 2 in a row, just punching that through the offside. Foster will just put this up there, invite Ganninan to make the mistake, or to create the play. Foster again to Ganninan. Just push that to cover. Ooh. Smart running.
Direct hit might have been interesting there, Dan.
Yeah, it would have been very interesting. But I guess couldn't go 3 dot balls in a row. You might have to take a walk for that.
It's great to see Michael Richardson playing cricket. He's had terrible problems with his ankle and his knee, and he motored then, and he had to be quick. Pretty quick work there at cover. However, they get the single. Foster 1 run off 3 balls so far. Bowling to Michael Richardson. That should bounce short. Bit of top spin on that one. Top edge is a sweep, just the single down to Mitchell Lowell. Just didn't get enough of it. Even with this breeze, it was only a half. Really, he didn't go at it hard. That meant he lobbed it in between the short fine leg and the deep backward square.
Yeah, I think that was by design with this 2 out here on the fence.
Ganninan expresses that down to mid-off. Josh Bennett quickly off the fence, keeps that to a single. And again, that short boundary, it's very hard to run 2 out there. This side, however, Dan, there are 2s and 3s out this boundary towards us.
The opportunities are there for run scoring on this leg side. Last ball of Foster's first over. He just punched that through the offside for a single. So 4 runs from that over. A very tidy start there by the captain. And after 8 overs, Lake Mac attack 3 for 47. And again, the Blasters, I would say, feel like they're on top of this arm wrestle point in time.
Choosing to go with Zach McGuigan again he had a great day out last week with runs and wickets at Tuggerah. The performances of the 2 franchises from Newcastle Cricket Zone can't be underestimated last week. They were terrific last week, particularly the Blasters, who defended 126 against a pretty decent Central Coast side and ended up winning by 16 runs, which at this level of cricket is actually not a bad win. So, McGuigan to Richardson. I'm assuming that's hit the back of his bat. It's gone on 1. Oh no, it might be a leg by here. Waiting for umpire Wade. It is a leg by, so Richo's got that off his thigh pad, I reckon. And ball just squeezes down to Keith Moody, just a single.
There was a stifled appeal from the wicket keeper, so...
Yep. If he bowls that length to Jeff Ganninan, look out. Jeffy has been very quiet so far, and I reckon he's just about ready to go. Goes with the Mo, out to Cow. 1. Yep. He stepped outside, leg stump to hit. He created space for himself, and then McGuigan followed him. Doubled again in.
Very bottom hand shot that, wasn't it?
Saunder, we've got more cricket being covered next week with the Summer Bash commencing next week.
Yeah, the NDCA Summer Bash starts next Sunday with triple headers at right here at Lynn Oval. And there's a boundary. Has he got some bat on that? Or is it going all the way straight through? 4 buys. That's missed everything. It was a big wind up. Gannon has missed it, but still the end result's the same. 4 runs onto the tally, and 3 for 54. Yes, there's a triple header. Games, I believe, at 10 a.m, 1 p.m, and 4 p.m. here at Lynn Oval. Also at the Pasterfield Sports Complex out at Cameron Park, where Cardiff Bullaroo, Newcastle City, and the Suburban Districts Rebels. The third game, I believe, is at Ron Hill Oval. So that would be Toronto District hosting 2 other teams, which we'll get back to you with them. I just don't have them in front of me at present. But the representative season certainly alive and well, and plenty of short-form cricket being played around Newcastle. That ball's gone down the leg side there, and it looks like another bye onto the total. No, it's a bit of pad on that. Leg bye. Strike rotated, 3 for 56. 1 ball remaining here in the 9th over. Lake Mac attack. We have to start thinking about trying to move along with this. One of these guys is going to have to look to get on with it. He's whipped that away backward of square. Was that put down? Not sure if we got a hand of that. It's gone to the fence. 4 runs. They get in and pick that up well. And that's a very good over there for the Lake Mac attack, with 12 runs coming from it. At the end of the 9th over, the Lake Mac attack, 3 for 60. Get in and moving to 20 from 24 balls. And Michael Richardson, 6 from 9.
Just coming up with some of our straw for next week for you. Now, change of bowler. On comes Abe Gibson, tall left-arm first finger orthodox spinner from Hamilton Wickham, and also a very good footballer for the Newcastle City Football Club. So next week's draw, Dan, is the Black Roses and the Sea Dragons at Pasterfield, followed by, and with the Seagulls and the Lions here at Lynn. So those first games down are actually at 9. Be a nice early start for Saundo, I'm telling you. And the Kookaburras and the Tigers are playing out there at JR on Hill there. That's the early set. Then the midday set is the Sea Dragons and the Rebels at Pasterfield, the Lions and the Flood at Lynn, and the Tigers and the Thoroughbreds at JR on Hill. And the afternoon set next week is the Black Roses and the Rebels at Pasterfield. Abe Gibson bowls now. First ball's a touch short. Richardson trying to get that behind point, and he's succeeded. Gibson will need to have his legs better than that. 4 runs there.
Back-to-back innings boundaries.
And so the afternoon set again is the Black Roses and the Rebels at Pasterfield, Seagulls and Flood here at Lynn, and the Kookaburras and the Thoroughbreds at JR on Hill Oval. Big day of cricket next week. Richardson this time hits it straight to the fields when it sweeper over the grandstand. So 4 on, then a single. Ball, interestingly, being thrown into the ground there. They're trying to scuff it up by the look of it. Gibson now to Ganninan.
Yeah, it's a good start here to this over for the Lake Mac attack. 5 runs in the first 2 deliveries from Abe Gibson. Ganninan on strike. He's had a larrup at that. He's got that through the offside. They've run 1, coming back for a second. He's got it all the way through to the fence on that shortened boundary. And Ganninan's just starting to show intention here. What he's going to do, it looks like he's going to be the one that's going to try and kick this innings along for the Lake Mac attack. 3 for 69. Midway through the 10th over, the halfway stage of this Lake Mac attack innings. Here comes Gibson. In again to Ganninan. He's hit that straight to cover. No run.
He's hit that same fieldsman of Foster and Gibson 4 or 5 times already. He'd be furious with himself. Loves placing the ball into gaps, and he's good enough to do it.
And again.
And he will be filthy, Dan, with that. That is, he's missing out, and he knows it. Have a look at him. He's filthy with himself right now, Dan.
Yeah, he's certainly picking him out each time. It's like he's got a beacon on that cover fielder. We'll see where he goes again this time. Let's data that in at the body. No run there. Good comeback there from Gibson. Went for 9 off his first 3 deliveries. Managed a dot ball out the over. At the halfway stage, after 10 overs, Lake Mac attack, 3 for 69. Ganninan, 24 from 28. And Richardson going at a runner ball, 11 from 11.
Is that Guido? I think that's McTaggart again. Now, talking earlier on about Angus McTaggart's ability to bowl at death. This isn't exactly the death, but I would suggest to you that here he will try and bowl a couple of slow balls. He's got different varieties of them, and try and take the pace off the ball and make Richardson hit to where he's got his field. So his field is a third man, then a cover point, sweeper cover, long off and extra cover. Jacob Montgomery prowling as he always does at mid-wicket. Josh Bennett at short, fine leg, a deep square and a long on. And McTaggart will be trying to get Richardson to hit him down straight, and will change up the pace of his deliveries. He bowls a lot of good death balls. First ball, Richardson goes to Larrab, and McTaggart's having a good day out here today. That's 3 for, making a big difference for the Blasters. And that's 3 wickets to McTaggart. Richardson bowled. Be interested to see who comes in next. It may be Brendan Charlton. It is Brendan Charlton who hits the ball a long, long, long way when he gets going. So you'll be commentating on the we don't know where you'll be, but chance you might be doing the Rebels. Dan's proudly wearing his Rebels shirt here at the moment, actually. So that'll be if it's a pass to field. Hopefully the wind doesn't blow this time, Dan.
Yeah, hopefully conditions will be more conducive for commentary. It was a very blowy day out there for the under-16 Simon Moore Cup semi-finals and final a couple of weekends ago. Certainly some great youngsters on display that afternoon. But yeah, triple headers at Pasterfield I believe I'll be at. And, the voice of cricket, Dave Redden will be here at Lynn Oval. And I believe, JR Ron Hill Oval. I believe that'll be live streamed through the Frog Box as well. So get to see all your favourite NDCA teams strutting their stuff in the short form game. So McTaggart 3 for 8 from 13 deliveries, having an absolute blinder thus far. And Brendan Charlton, another Stockton alumni, striding to the wicket.
Premiership Toronto player, of course.
Mm-hmm.
First ever premiership. Brendan Charlton was at the crease.
Joined the club this year with Adrian Chadd, I believe.
Produced a superb batting performance way deep down the order and got them home with Griffin Lamb.
Just getting their field and readiness here. Aaron Wivel going from the offside over to the leg side. McTaggart, his confidence must be sky high, Dave Redden. 3 for 8 from 2.1 overs, charging into Charlton. He's certainly charging in, isn't he?
The whisper around town is that he'd picked up an extra yard of pace since last season, and what we're seeing is he's very fluent at the moment, and he's actually playing outstanding cricket at the moment. Dan, he's been one of the form cricketers in all of Newcastle, and putting his claims out there to play in the Zone Country Championships at Tuggerah at the end of January in a massive way. Very, very fine player. Multi-purpose cricketer, brilliant fieldsman, good bat, good bowler. Charlton watching him carefully. And another single. So what a great over this has been. Wicket ... Newcastle Colts coach Jed Dixon over on our right this afternoon. Good afternoon, Jed. Great to have you here watching the cricket. And the great man will be leading the guys up there to coaching the guys again as I said, in Bathurst at the State Country Colts Championships in the second week of January. McTaggart. Yeah. Inside edge over the stumps to Ben Balcombe. No run. What an over this has been so far. Absolutely. Newcastle well on top here. Dan.
Yeah, very much so. Spearheaded by Angus McTaggart and Josh Bennett. Let's see how McTaggart closes out this over. Charlton facing. Just had a double at that. Just tried to take that, maybe a slower ball there, the pace off. Tried to double that down to third man, but no luck.
Is that that's 5 dots. That's 5 dots of a wicket and 4 dots. Wouldn't we? Yeah. And as we spoke about it on Angus McTaggart's got great variety. He runs his fingers across it, and that ball just died. Just the single off that over. What an over for Angus McTaggart. And we'll get you a score check in a minute when it rolls over. It looks like 4 for 70 after 11.
End of the 11th over, the score 4-70.
4 for 70 off 11. Let's see who's coming on now. Nick Foster's going to bring himself back on at the northern end. Interestingly, this is a smart move. He's bowling downwind, which means if they're hitting him, they've got to hit into the wind. That's right. Wise move. Yesterday he bowled 37 overs straight into the breeze here, but 5 for 59 off 37. So, but now he's bowling into the wind, which he did when he played at the Country Championships in Geraldton, where the wind was about 3 times as strong as this. I'm telling you, it was howling all for the 2 weeks.
Point on the fence, long off, long on, square leg, big wicket. Plenty of cover.
Charlton buns that one back down the pitch, no run. Jacob.
175, I think par at present probably. I think if they can get to 140, they'd be happy. But they can't afford to lose any more wickets at this stage of the innings. Foster's tied Charlton up there. 2 dots.
I think Charlton will be annoyed there because he didn't get it. That was he dragged that one a bit short, and Charlton will be annoyed he didn't get that to the leg side fence.
Here comes Foster in again. Tosses it up there. Steezy single down the long on. Moody attacking that ball, keeping that guarantee that was only a single. 4 for 71. Ginninan back on strike. Will Ginninan take on Foster? That is the question.
He may try and hit him square on the leg side. I know there's 2 men there, but it's almost downwind. No, he doesn't. Is he looking for 2? No, he's just got the ring and just the single. Very circumspect. Gibson cutting that ball off well. And get another fine over from this very experienced bowler who used to open the bowling for the Newcastle Steel when Newcastle played in the Sydney 220 competition, in a competition in which Newcastle actually went very well, performed very well over many years. Easy single from Charlton down to cover. Now Foster is changing the field, I think. No, he's getting Mitchell Lowell ready down there at deep backward square to have a trundle.
The guy at cover would like to be getting paid by the touch of the ball, wouldn't he?
Oh man, he's getting pogoed. Absolutely.
Very experienced campaigner. Very experienced. Very economical and 3 runs from that over.
Score check, please, Dan.
End of the 12th over. 4 for 73. And Foster now 7 runs from his 2 overs. Very economical, which is part and parcel of his game and has been for 2 decades. Very interesting to see the bowling change coming from the northern end of the ground. Mitchell Lowell coming back into the attack. And for 8 from his first over. Interesting to see whether Ginninan might try and take the attack to Mitchell Lowell.
This is tough for Lowley because Jeffy's hitting downwind. As long as he hits it straight, he's hitting down breeze. He's got lots of coverage there. At some stage, Jeffy's going to have to go. He's 25 off 30. He's done a good job to stay there, but at some stage, they need to try and get towards 150, 160. Charlton, however, is on strike. That should be a double. Jeffy, he's very quick. Yep. 2 runs, Brendan Charlton. Cool day, but not a bad day. It's a great day for cricket. It's quite pleasant. Yeah, lovely day. Lowell to Charlton. Gets cramped up a bit. Just gets that out to Nick Foster at loitering at cover point. Just the single. What are you laughing at?
Loitering.
Loitering with intent.
Malingering around there at backward point.
Well, we've got the words with Jed Dixon sitting over our right shoulder, of course, and if ever there's a man who can use words well, it's the great man, Jed.
He's getting in on strike, and he's had to eat at that. He's somehow managed to whack there around the leg side, and a great catch down low, and that's a huge wicket for the Blasters, and a wicket the Mac Attack couldn't really afford to lose at this point. At Ginninan, we thought he might try and get on with it. He's tried, but he succumbed, and Mitchell Lowell's got his first wicket for the match, and you know who that was who took that out there? It was a great catch.
I think it might have been Angus McTaggart, actually. I think it might have been coming forward.
Well, you couldn't keep him out of the game, can you? 3 for 9 from 3 overs, and we think
A nice catch there from Newcastle. Dismissing
The great knock there by Jeff Kinninan. 25 from
number
31. The fifth wicket's fallen. 76 on the board, and
New batsman to the crease for Lake Mac. Number 6, Joey Gillard.
Joey Gillard striding out, batting at 7, coming off a half century, opening the batting yesterday in first grade. Let's hope he can keep that form for the back end of this innings to get a total on the
Tell our
board.
listeners how good his innings was in the grand final that you and Neil Mack commentated. Just tell everybody what it was like.
Well, I hope his innings today is the direct opposite to it. He batted a session and a half, coming in at, I think it was like 7 for 23 for Belmont. Scored 35, 36 not out from memory. Got Belmont to 107 to what ended up a defendable total. Ended up a match-winning total in one of the greatest grand finals you'd ever want to see. But certainly a very mature head on young shoulders. So they cross, so Charlton's on strike, but he's punched that down a bit on for a single. Yeah, Joey Gillard certainly came of age in that grand final. It was a splendid knock, and West threw everything at him and the kitchen sink and couldn't knock him over. Today, he's going to need to get on with it from ball one. In comes Lowell, bowling to Gillard. Well, he's got onto that nicely first ball. He smashed that for 4. Cop that, says Joey Gillard. That's a beautiful shot. 5 for 81.
Lolly will be annoyed there. I was going to say another word, but I can't say that on a G-rated show. Got his length wrong. Way too short. Gillard also a very fine footballer for the Warners Bay Football Club. BOG in an under-17 grand final a couple of seasons ago. And as they say, good cricket. Boundary, then a single. Smart cricket.
2-3-4-8-9 from the over with a wicket. 5 for 82 from 13.
So just running through the card for you.
End of the 13th over.
Dan Arms, the first baller, 0. Jack Hartigan, 19. Jeff Kinninan, 25. Adrian Tad, 6. Michael Richardson, 11. Joey Gillard's not at 5. And Brendan Charlton, 7. And Newcastle ahead of the game here at the moment. Nick Foster for his third over. Again, bowling downwind. And it's
Spotify account. It's very ordinary.
well, it's interesting because earlier on today the music was actually a pretty good set, but you're not impressed, Dan. David Absalom think that's it. That's one of your best.
I'm much preferring the music emanating from the Stockton Bowling Club.
Foster to Gillard. Drags that a bit short. Joey can't get it away from Jacob Montgomery. Again, loitering there at mid-wicket. That is his area. He prowls that area, Montgomery. He's brilliant in the infield.
Thief of the night.
He's brilliant in the infield. You don't have him outfield. He's that good. Gillard, lovely technique. Pushes the single down to long off. Now, Brendan Charlton does like hitting in front of square, and it is a risk here. Interestingly, there's no one out here at Cow. No one. There's a deep forward square, but right where our camera is there's real estate out here. Goes back. Yep.
There's like a backward square on the fence and then a forward square, but you're right, mid-wickets is 36. We've got Jacob Montgomery on the ring, but no one then till deep long ons. But they're not looking to hit for the leg side. They're playing against the spin. Ball out there to the sweeper in front of the John Slade Pavilion. Another single. A 5 for 84. 14th over. We're going at about a run of ball for the innings. Foster to Charlton. Foster to Gillard, sorry. Joey Gillard is punching that back down the ground for a safe single, rotating the strike. I guess they need to score off every ball and then take the boundaries when they're available.
Correct weight. Right up on his toes. Orthodox on drive from Charlton. Another single. Foster's figures, please, are none for 10 off. 11. He's gone for 11 off 3 so far, and he's producing an excellent spell. Backing up McTaggart, Lowell, and Bennett that have taken the wickets for the Blasters. Dan, while I'll hand the microphone over. We heard whispers of an extraordinary scoreline in the Hunter Thoroughbred Central Coast game that started a bit earlier today up there at King Park at Raymond Terrace, the magnificent King Park. I'll just hand back to Dan, and I'll go and find that score for you.
Well, the voice of Newcastle cricket, Dave Redden, looks that score up. We'll keep things moving along. Looks like Zach McGuigan's coming back on to bowl his fourth and final over of the innings. He has none for 24 from his 3. He's charging into Brendan Charlton. He's just pushed that through the leg side. They've gone for 1. Great anticipation there from the sweeper out there on the fence. That was number 7. Missed that. 5 for 87. How you going there, Dave Redden?
We heard whispers, and unfortunately those whispers were right. I'll just come back to you. So the Central Coast, this game has started at 11 today. So the Central Coast Rush batted first. Cal Ranger from the Wyong Club, 66 off 41 with 3 and 3, the star of the innings. And they finished with 152 for 6. The Hunter Thoroughbreds, Dan, all out, 30.
Ouch.
30. And the number 10 Brooks, made 10 of them. So they were 8 for 18, 8 for 17, 9 for 24, all out 30. So unfortunately, that is not a good scoreline.
And were they able to defend that total?
Central Coast batted first.
Long way to go for a short game of cricket. Gillard just pushed that away. Another single.
Look, I'll actually, for once, hold off. It's a good win to the Central Coast. But an unfortunate out for 30 is never fun. So sometimes the best thing to do is say nothing. Brendan Charlton gets that out to deep cover, out to Nathan Hudson, prowling out there at deep cover.
It's what we call the Ronan Keating approach. You say it best, and you say nothing at all.
Like it. Gillard back on strike, compact, correct, in the pathway system, thought of very highly. That might be a wide, no, it wasn't a wide. Gillard also an excellent keeper and a good leader and highly thought of around the traps. And a very fine young man, actually. His father's a great bloke, Gillard. 89 off 14, is it right, or 15? 15? 15 gone.
Wiggins come back well, they're only 3 from that over.
He
Bowled out, 37 from his 4 overs.
Foster to bowl his last, or is it Gibson to bowl now? No, it is Foster to finish off. At some stage, you would expect Brendan Charlton to take the long handle. You wonder whether he'll do it against Foster or whether they'll target somebody else. They did target Abe Gibson early in his first over, and he came back hard. See how Charlton goes about this. Straight, in fact,
That's that gap we were talking about.
that is the exact gap that we were talking about last over. So we'll take a little bit of credit for that. That is the one gap on that leg side, and Brendan Charlton's bisected, dissected means to cut up, bisected the 2 boundary fieldsmen out there on the leg side, right towards us.
I think hitting with the spin, that's a high percentage play. As a car pulls into Cow Corner, I'd probably move, which I think they could be. It's gone down there to, a fly slip. 2 runs there to Charlton. Already this over. 6 runs in the first 2 deliveries, and with 5 overs remaining in this innings, Late Macatak need to start getting a bit of a wiggle on. But can he afford to lose any more wickets? Foster to Charlton. Just on the back foot, just punch that away for no run. Well, I think 170 is off the menu. 140 would probably they'd be very happy with. Going to take some going.
Where they are, absolutely. Absolutely. Where they are now, they'd take that. Still think it's a 175 wicket and day. Charlton slog sweeping, interestingly, to long on, just for a single. That's exactly what it was. It was a slog sweep to log on. I know it sounds bizarre, and I know I'm off the planet, but that was a slog sweep to log on. David Absalom's enjoying this in the background. The Assistant Secretary of the NDCA, the great man. Frogbox Guru, we'll call him. We'll call him Frogbox Man.
Mr. Tech.
Oh, if he was being paid for the hour for the amount of work he did today, he'd be a very rich man. He'd be up there with Bezos and Musk. I can't offer anything further to that comment. Foster to Gillard. Joey's taken singles down the ground so far. And does the same again. Gets it Montgomery. Sweeping across from mid-wicket. Gillard has been a no-risk approach so far. He's been effective. He had a full first ball from a short one from Lowley. But other than that, he's been very circumspect and pretty much playing straight. Charlton, who's now 18 off 21 and doing a pretty good job for the attack. Last ball of Foster's spell today. Here come the fieldsmen moving now. So Nathan Hudson and both the deep back at square, Mitchell Lowell and Nathan Hudson at forward square, come straighter. And Jacob Montgomery's going to go and sit, I suspect, at forward square leg in between the two. He can't go behind. He can't have three behind square. So Lowley must be in front of square at the moment because you can't have three behind. So Montgomery's coming back there. So Foster getting Nathan Hudson around to where Brendan Charlton hit that last boundary.
Smart change in the field. Probably going to try and bowl it straighter.
And he's going to go for two here, I'd reckon. He's got to go the keeper. He's got to go the keeper. Very well run. Hit it to the ring and did the job. So that's the end of Nick Foster's spell. And he's finished with none for 21 off 4. Good over there from Lake Mac, actually. 99 for 5 off 16 is the score. 4 overs to go. 145, 150s on, but boundaries have to start being hit.
Yeah, look, 10 and over from here gets to 139, which you'd love that as a total batting first. And still some depth in the batting. I think Nesbitt was in the run. I think he might have got 100 yesterday.
100 yesterday and 42 or 15 not out last in the afternoon set last week at Tuggerah.
We've still got that in the kickback. Dan Bailey.
He pogoed me earlier today. He said, Reddy, you said on the podcast that I'm a noodler and a run scorer. So I've got to rephrase that.
Well, maybe you were the maybe the motivation he needed. So Josh Bennett, looks like he swapped ends. His first 2 overs from this southern end earlier. He's flicked around to the northern end, or the bowling club end, or the end where the great music's coming from. Joey Gillard, 9 from 10. 4 overs left in this innings of Lake Mac attack. Bennett to Gillard. Punch that away on the leg side. Got it back with a square. They'll certainly come back for 2. And a pretty easy 2 there in the end. I can only jog that. The 100's up. We're in the 3 figures. Lake Mac attack 5 for 101. 23 legal balls remaining in this Lake Mac attack innings.
Well, there haven't been any extra deliveries bowled. There hasn't been a no error wide from my memory.
No, 4 buys, 5 leg buys. Yeah, okay. Very rare in a T20 fixture.
Very. And that shows the discipline, the way they bowled today.
Also shows the umpires probably not looking at the front foot.
Not going there. Yes.
The curse. The commentator's curse.
You've got to be kidding. Greg blew it during the week to Marnus Abashane. And a wide there. The first extra of the day. Josh Bennett, as Dan said, now bowling into this reasonably strong southerly breeze. Takes a while to get used to. Gillard on strike to Bennett.
That's footloose in the background. Speaking of, no, fielder out there.
Yeah, hit it straight to the fieldsman. Kenny Loggins from memory, from a film starring Kevin Bacon and John Lithgow, if my memory's correct.
Diane Weiss.
Also spawned number one songs for Denise Williams and Michael Sembello. Yes. Maniac was one of those songs, a number one song from the Footloose soundtrack. Charlton, cramp for room, gets it out to Lowley. Yeah, he's very, very good in the field. You can see he wears those pressure bandages on his arms, Dan, because he does dive a lot, Lowley, and he's always worn them because he goes to ground a lot.
Tight over here. 5 runs from first 3 deliveries. He's got to re-bowl that wide delivery. 5 for 104. Okay, so deep cover coming up into the ring, and short fine leg dropping back out to the fine leg boundary. So we could expect Bennett to drop one in here. Now Gillard, or they might set up like they got Chad. I'll tell you what, they've dug it in short. He's got it off his hip. It's well fielded down there, but has he saved that inside the fence?
Yes.
just... Well, smart field placement. It was 4 for all money without making it, but 2 runs to Gillard. 5 for 106. There's fine legs on the fence down there at about 45. Trocker's ring on the offside. No one deep on the offside. Oh, looks like he's pool cued that. Chalked it up. Take the single. Gillard on to 15 from 14. Late make attack 5 for 107. 1 ball remaining.
Bennett bowling to plan as well there, Dan, with a fine leg in it. As we suspected might happen, he's dragged the last 2 deliberately short with that field. He can't. You wonder if Charlton's going to try and hit him inside out over cover here because there's no protection at sweeper. And Bennett, who's an intelligent bowler, will try and make him hit to his boundary fields, and which he's done twice to Gillard. Let's see if he goes to the much taller Charlton and whether Charlton's good enough to express him over cover. Bowled him. Another shortish ball. That hit the top of the stumps. And important wicket there. Charlton was going okay, 21 off 24, but another wicket to Josh Bennett, and he's done a good job there. Coming in now is Mitchell Nesbitt, left-handed, keeper for Newcastle City Eastern. He's coming off a century yesterday in grade cricket for his club, Newcastle City, Mitchell, and was responsible for an explosive end of the innings last week, taking 42 off 15 balls, coming in as to bat with Joey Gillard, and they put an undefeated partnership to get Lake Mac well over 220. So a different situation here, Dan. 6 for 107, and I must admit I'm a bit surprised. This wicket is a very good deck, but the Blasters have done a very good job today. It doesn't help when one of the guys you bring back to the side, Angus McTaggart, has had a day out and taken 3 for.
Oh, look, Angus McTaggart's been the pick of the bowlers thus far. He has bowled sensational here. 3 for 9 from 3 overs. Be interesting to see with 3 overs left when he'll bowl his 4th and final over. You would think he would bowl 4 overs. Be inclined maybe to bowl him now. Just looking to see who'll be bowling this 18th over. Captain Foster's there talking to...
Mitchell Lowell.
It is Mitchell Lowell.
Yeah, pressure banner, just give it away.
31. Number gives it away too. Now I can see it. So Lowell will bowl over 18. You would think McTaggart would bowl 19 as he's bowled his 3 overs from the northern end previous.
And Bennett's also got 1 left, has he not?
He does. So 6 for 107. 3 overs remaining. All of a sudden maybe 130 is looking like a realistic target based on how this innings has unfolded. Anything over 130 will be a great effort. So Lowell needs to make sure he gets it right. Gillard been out there for a while now, 15 from 14.
Dan, he can't bowl short. He can't bowl short because there's no protection of fine leg. There's only a short fine leg. So
Yep.
I reckon Lowell's going to bowl one side of the wicket here and try and make it
Full outside off stump if he's smart. That's where his field's set. He's got cover on the fence, long off on the fence, and 3rd man on the fence. And here comes Lowell. And he's pushed it there straight to gully. It's an easy single. 6 for 108. So Mitch Nesbitt, he's a left-handed Mitch Nesbitt, taking strike. Coming off a ton in first grade yesterday. He'll need to have his eye in from ball 1. Won't have time to get himself in. See it, whack it, run. So
last week, you wonder if they've done their homework here. Last week he hit some shots over cover, and the area over cover is a target here. Jacob Montgomery's at cover. Nathan Hudson's gone into cover point. But basically right towards the commentary position here, over and around Jacob Montgomery will be one of his targets after his form last week. Lowell now bowling to Nesbitt. Lowley bowling from the southern end. Nesbitt goes backward of point. Should be a double. That's the bigger boundary. And Gillard's going to come for 3. That's brilliant running, Joseph Gillard. Probably shouldn't have been through there, although that is by far the biggest boundary on the ground today, with the boundary being on the western side of the square here at Lynn Oval. Gillard back on strike. He has made 16 off 15. He's been tidy. Lowell bowling to him now. Won't get a single there. Well bowled Mitchell Lowell. Cramped him for room.
He's aiming for this area. There's a lot of real estate out here. You can get it past Montgomery at mid-wicket. Again, long ons, quite straight. And that's forward square leg. He's certainly not at mid-wicket. So the shot over cow is on for Gillard if he's good enough. But Lowell just needs to make sure he keeps it pitched up and outside off stump. Trying to give him any room to loosen them arms up. Here comes Lowell. And there it is. And that could be the first 6 of the afternoon. Great shot there with Joey Gillard. We said not to pitch it short, not to let him loosen those arms up. They must be able to hear us out there in the middle, Dave, because Joey Gillard has pongoed that out of the ground. The first 6 of the afternoon, the first of hopefully quite a few more 6s in this regional bash fixture here at Lynn Oval.
Well called, Sondo. We had discussed him pitching short, and that's exactly what he did. And Joey Gillard's good. He's actually played a front foot pull shot there, which is not an easy shot to play, unless your name's Stephen Paul Devereux Smith. Single to Gillard, following up the maximum with a single. Score check, please, Dan.
6 for 118, 1 ball remaining in the 18th over.
And you would think that it'd be McTaggart and Bennett to finish off today. Nesbitt now on strike. Now, there is, again, Mitchell Nesbitt will look for this offside. He's got 3 blokes within 30 metres. Hudson, Foster and Montgomery protecting the offside short. Oh, goes over 5. What a clever shot that is. That is such a clever shot, Mitchell Nesbitt. That's a boundary to finish. Basically a sweep shot off the medium pacer and brings him around the corner. Very good over for the Lake Mac there.
15 from.
15 from, and our total is 122.
122.
That score of 140 is looking. It's on. It's definitely on.
Well, Nesbitt 7 from 2 certainly made things look more achievable.
So is it going to be McTaggart or Bennett here? Guido. So it's McTaggart to bowl from the same end he's bowled all day. And again, those figures, Angus McTaggart, 3 overs, no maidens, 3 for 8 so far. And as we've discussed earlier today, watch Angus McTaggart bowl a couple of balls here with taking the pace right off and basically bowling death balls that have got nothing on them. And they will try and get the ball to keep a bit low. See how Gillard approaches. Short, fine leg is there. Joey will be noting where that short, fine leg is. You'll wonder if he'll try and ramp him. And, well, it's on with a short, fine leg. Let's see how Guido goes about it. Straight drive, orthodox cricket shot, just a single. Down to Abe Gibson. Now McTaggart bowling to Mitchell Nesbitt. Now Nesbitt on the offside is Dan hitting to the short side of the ground. Jacob Montgomery's coming in at cover. He's coming into the ring right on your screen, the middle of screen there. Now that area over to that far hill, Nesbitt's going to target it. There's more space there than Burke and Wills covered, and they will have, I'm sure that Nesbitt will try and exploit that offside boundary.
After they've done their homework, the last ball he faced hit that 3. Well, sorry, the first ball he faced the 4. He hit over fine leg there from a good length. There's no one out here. Fine leg's on the ring. Yeah, the lap, I think it's on the square leg's very square. If he doesn't get his length right, he could come around the corner here. But he's taken on that short boundary out there. He's cleared the fielders. They're coming back for 2.
Wrong end. That throw should have gone to the keeper.
Should have gone to the keeper's end.
Gillard was on his skates and was basically
very quick. That'll be 16 again. 17. He had a birthday, of course. 6 for 125. And Nesbitt 9 from 3. And perfect guy to come in at this stage of the innings.
Slow ball's due.
10 balls remaining. And he's hit that back with a square. Has he got enough on that? Just going to pull up inside the fence. Pick up and throw there by Nathan Hudson. 2 more onto the total. 6 for 127. 140 is looking highly likely now.
That comfortably, I would suggest. That McTaggart did take the pace off that ball and made it difficult for Nesbitt to hit it straight. I'd suggest there's at least one more slow ball coming this over, having watched McTaggart for a couple of years at representative level. And another wicket, Angus McTaggart. That'll be interesting at practice during the week. They play for the same club at Newcastle City. So Angus McTaggart now has the remarkable figures of 4 for 14.
Number 13, Mitch Nisbet.
And in
Every chance of a shell.
he is. Depends on what Bales does at the end. Has he got, 3 left? Or two balls left, okay. Sorry for continuing asking where the score updates, of course, on our screen just come a couple of 30 or 40 seconds after we're talking, so just got to ask occasionally. Angus McTaggart 4 for 14, if you don't mind. 2 to go on the over, and we think that Josh Bennett will bowl the last over. Dan Bailey going out to play to bat with his Belmont teammate Joseph Gillard. Dan Bailey, who also played in that extraordinary grand final won by Wests and bowled beautifully.
Change on the second day.
And that's what happens in grand finals. You would know that yourself from your very many years in cricket. Everything goes out the window in finals because it's all about getting wickets. That goes long off. So McTaggart's got 2 balls to get his Michelle. One of them, I reckon, will be a slow ball. Dan Bailey, I reckon, may tee off. We'll just have to wait and see.
Bad if he doesn't. 8 legal balls remaining in the innings.
Third man and fine leg are now in. Oh no, yep, they're in the ring. So almost guarantee one of these two will be a short ball. A slow ball.
Strike one. So covers on the fence, long offs on the fence, long ons on the fence, square legs on the fence, and cow corner is on the fence. So you're right, third man, gully on the ring, fine leg on the ring. So anything short, knock smart. 1 ball remaining in McTaggart's final over. Impressive figures of 4 for 14 off 3.5. Where does this last ball go? Okay, straight down the ground, along on. They're going to take on the arm. Gillard's coming back. To the keeper. He's good. Bad throw. Great running, Joey Gillard. What can't this kid do? Great stroke there by Bailey. 7 from the over. And McTaggart's spell, 4 overs, 4 for 16. Potentially a match-winning spell. End of the over, 7 for 129 with 1 over remaining.
That could be the pivotal spell of the match. You never know. I can tell you one thing, Lake Mac will go hard. They have a very proud record of this competition. They've been very good in the last few years, and they are very confident. So Josh Bennett to finish off as we predicted, now bowling downwind. Joey Gillard has strike. And again, this area, straight, Mitchell Lowell's on your screen there at the moment at mid-wicket. Straight over him is one of the target areas at cow corner. And Joe,
giving it to him. I thought they wanted to hit there.
Well, that's exactly right. And Bennett will get the field exactly where he wants. As I said, he's very smart, and he'll have a plan for what he wants to do here. Where has he not got protected? Okay, so over mid-off is not protected. Over mid-wicket is not protected. And interestingly, point. Dead square at point. Okay, so who's coming in? One of these, there's 6 out, is there not?
There's only a long on. There's no long off, so maybe long offs come up on the ring.
One.
Long on, mid-wicket, square leg, fine leg. There's 4 on the leg side out.
I reckon they're 1 man short in. Here he comes. Cover's coming in the ring. So he's gone with a 4 deep set on the leg side, and the cover comes into the ring. So 3 men in the ring on the offside. 1, 2, 3, 4 men in the ring on the offside. So we wonder if Gillard will target that cover boundary.
All the protections on the leg side.
It should be safe.
No.
Oh, good catch, Ben Balcombe. Gee, he made a lot of distance quickly there. I thought the wind was going to carry that. It's a lovely take by Balcombe. Bennett bowling to his field, actually, Dan. Bowling to make Gillard hit to the leg side.
Well, all the protection on the leg side, you think he's probably going to dig it in. With anything on off stump, if the beat the field was going to be 4 on that small boundary, or shorter boundary, I should say.
And the new batsman to the
8 for
plate,
129.
8 for 129, 5 balls left in innings. Is that 3 for Josh?
It is.
It is 3 for. So the opening bowlers, Bennett's gone 3 for 15 off 3.1, and Guido McTaggart's gone 4 for 16 off 4. What a performance this is. 7 for 31 between the opening bowlers. That could very, very well be pivotal, Dan Saunders. At the end of this over, I'll have to leave you. I've got an appointment with Messrs. Duckworth, Lewis and Stern in a moment, Dan, and get that information up for people. So I'll be right at the end of over. I'll hand over to Saundo. We'll have a short break and come back at the end of this in about 5 or 10 minutes. But over to Dan now to call the next ball. Josh, they have oh no, they didn't cross this time. Yes, they did. So it's Dan Bailey taking strike. So Chillingworth off strike. Dan Bailey now on strike. Saundo.
Thanks, Dave. Josh Bennett.
This is a hat-trick ball. I've just been advised. So
Hat-trick ball. So he took a wicket in the last ball of his previous over.
Thank you.
Okay, good to see our scorers on it. Proudman and Pink. Great work. Here comes Bennett on his hat-trick to Bailey. And he's one hand first bounce maybe, but it's gone there, out the mid-wicket. Single. 8 for 130.
With this field, Bennett can't bowl anything near off stump. It's got to be at middle and leg, or short and into their body. You just can't give them width.
That's right, but if he risks bowling too short of that pace, he could find himself going the journey, and the Caravan Park patrons in a bit of trouble. Bennett to Bailey. Good ball. Just punched that off his hip. Chillingworth, sorry. Just playing that off his hip on the leg side. Another one onto the total, 131. 3 balls remaining. 3 legal balls remaining in the Lake Mac attack innings. Bennett with 3 for 17 from 3.3 overs. Another great bowling effort. They bowled really well, these two quicks, McTaggart and Bennett. Bennett to Bailey. Swing and a miss. Dot ball. It's gold at this time of the innings. Score remains 8 for 131. 2 balls remaining.
Saunder, I'll finish off the innings. I've got, as I said, an appointment with Messrs. Duckworth, Lewis and Stern. I'll be back with you shortly. Over to you, Dan, to finish off.
Thanks, Dave. Hopefully Duckworth Lewis won't be a factor. Hopefully the weather will stay away. Been too gorgeous today for it to be to mess with wet weather. It's hit that well. Got that out here to deep mid-wicket. They've got to take on the arm here. We'll throw him at 2 runs there to Dan Bailey. 8 for 133. With 1 legal ball remaining in this Lake Mac attack innings. It looks like 140 is off the table. 1 clean hit could make 140 the target though. Bennett's just got to make sure he gets his line right. Bowls to his field. The final ball of the innings. Here comes Josh Bennett. Charging into Dan Bailey, who's 5 from 5. He's caught behind. Looks like he's got a bit of an edge on that.
Wicket for Newcastle, caught behind.
And that brings the Lake Mac attack innings to a close. 20 overs has been bowled.
Number 18.
They've finished 9 for 133. Josh Bennett with the impressive figures from his 4 overs of 4 for 18. Backed up by Angus McTaggart, 4 for 16 from his 4 overs. 133 for the loss of 9 wickets will be the total. 134 is the target for the Newcastle Blasters. They'll have 20 overs. My Wallsend High School maths says that's about 6.7 runs and overs, the required run rate for the Newcastle Blasters if they're to defeat the Late Mac attack. Because the winner of this match will go to the finals, which will be held at the Sydney Cricket Ground in early 2022. Players leaving the field with the umpires. Will be a break in play, about 10 to 15 minutes. We'll be back then for the Newcastle Blasters run chase. They require 134 runs for victory. Lake Mac attack require 10 wickets. Dan Saunders on behalf of Dave Redden here at Lynn Oval, Stockton, with a Plan B regional bash fixture here between the Newcastle Blasters and the Lake Mac attack. will be back shortly with the second innings of this match.
That's live. That was pretty tall. Yeah, well, like a fish's ass on. Yeah. Believe it or not, it doesn't do it justice. The single was a miss in the went between cover and point. And another ball bloody hit on off. Molly grabbed past the keeper for 4 balls. Should have bowled it. Put about 5 for none. Yeah. I'd be still, bro. Yeah.
Probably should stay away from that. Anyway, because it's not like that.
No one else switch on the ball. There's Barrow. Good, thank you. Let's do Alex. That's the Alpha Street. I don't know, you realise there's loads of numbers. Yeah, I had to bloody. I had to put that through because I was so angry with it. They said at the ground he was doing it, we just thought they were joking. Yeah, so this time it was Valentine. I had an issue with the other Valentine. Valentine team would give by play. And in this instance, they've either he plays our game, he's impacted the result of another. To me, that's an issue. Or he's playing that game, like him playing in our game. He's giving them that 7 point, where it should have been 4. That's where they're manually ended. I think he's trying to keep 2 of them. Yeah. Oh, I haven't. It's not wrong. Bramley won. It's not wrong. They're playing it. Not unregistered, but illegal play. I wouldn't be so. Because in the Bakeries, I remember that guy was 3rd over the games, smashed one of them. So they all need to run up like a guy. Now, the whole life, he's pretty laid back. I'm a talent. I mean, my eyes aren't the best of the year, still work pretty well. And it could have been anything else. Just a man, like, he played away from the body. And then he bloody smirked at bloody he started walking. And we got to all out, turned around and come back. A few of us started, I don't know, I remember some of the old A grades, like 2nd grade sledging. And the late was for him. Let him know that his character was certainly in question. And then he was the first one I got out. Honey said cats and talk about the we watched him on practice, that's it, 75. Come in umpires, we thought we'd square leg. Not encouraging that behaviour, but it just leaves a future taste in it. Sure, a good bunch of guys. Like you come in and walk into the play before. I just got a bowl of like steady. Second one, first one, then get started. Take the win. Yeah. So, then he's gone and taken a weekend and cancelled a run out. They've gone in and got on the scores here, but they're doing it on the game. They can't change anything. On yours today, I would get a chance. And I didn't want to get to the point, so don't worry about it. I'll just continue doing it. But it makes you want to go there through the other games here.
Yeah.
That's what I do one next year.
Oh yeah, you got the big. Oh, the broken foot. The broken, is it? That's the one. Yeah. Right. Well, I need to take one back.
This thing, fallen green, that's how I put Holland. There it is. Yeah, it's like 20 years. Back when I was playing. You've been hitting that a little wicket. Oh, look at this. Never wondered.
start, mate. You happy with that?
Yeah. Well, once we got going, yeah. The first few overs are a bit rough. Well, for me anyway.
One of the things I've learned with what we do is you have to sometimes be adaptable and be flexible.
Oh, of course you
when things don't go your way, you can sit there and sulk. We just got.
Oh yeah, you've just got to do. When you're a perfectionist.
And I try, but I'm not as much of a perfectionist as you are.
Welcome back to Lynn Oval for the Regional Bash 2020 fixture between the Newcastle Blasters and the Lake Mac Attack. Lake Mac Attack batted first. At the end of their 20 overs, 9 for 133.
Number 3, Jeremy Noonan.
The second innings of this fixture about to get underway. So the Newcastle Blasters require 134 runs. Aaron Wivell opening the batting with Keith Moody. And Aaron Wivell, Dave Redden, we know, can certainly get on with it from ball one.
He certainly did last week. He made 110 runs in 2 digs last week, including a quite extraordinary 84 off 37 balls. Jeremy Noonan, who was playing Pathways cricket during the week and hurt an opposition batsman in an area that I can't mention. And away we go. It's ball one, Noonan to Wivell. Wivell starts off as he did last week. First ball boundary. You know what's happening now. It's going to happen straight away. First ball boundary.
I'm assuming you were talking about the Surav Gangulis.
We move on.
He's
actually quite...
Dan Saunders says.
Dan Saunders does not mess around.
Great start there by Wivell, and you knew that's exactly what was going to happen.
And the same as in the previous innings, boundary then a single. And very good start for the Blasters. Keith Moody on representative debut at men's level, and it'd be great to see how Keith goes.
Yeah, Keith Moody certainly had a stellar season last year for the Stockton Cricket Club. And Noonan opening bowling. So bowling against his club teammate from West. Got to see a fair bit of Jeremy Noonan across the last couple of seasons with covering numerous fixtures. But Noonan to Moody down the leg side, and there's the first sundry of this innings. It took us 20 overs to get a wide, or 19 overs in the first innings to get a wide or no ball. Not one no ball in that innings. That was a fantastic effort by the Blasters. So the stage is set here. 134 is the target. That's got away down the leg side. Has he got a feather on that? No, hands out to the side, so leg by. And 4 of them. And all of a sudden this total, 10 runs from 3 legal balls, putting a dent in this run chase early.
134 is the target here at Lynn Oval. Of course, the winner of today's game off to the SCG. The other game today, Central Coast absolutely belted the Hunter Thoroughbreds. The Thoroughbreds out for 30, chasing 150-odd up there at King Park in Raymond Terrace.
Oh, French cut.
The old draw shot. Moody going for a cut a bit too close to his body. Manages to avoid the stump somehow. 10 in this first over already.
More in excess.
Saundo's in heaven over here. He's been ripping into Tim Cox's Spotify account, but he's enjoying the live music being played over at the Stocko Bolo. Aaron Wivell takes another single, and that's an outstanding first over, which has got 1 ball left in it, I suggest, but it's due to the wide, Dan.
Yeah, already 12 runs with 1 ball remaining in this over. And a solid start. Of course, a complete opposite Lake Mac Attack, who lost a wicket with the very first ball of their innings. Noonan to Moody. He's got that down to third man, but it's very fine. They've got 1. Is it coming back for 2? They are. Moody's coming back on the arm. And I think he'll be out. No, he's home. Gee, that looked awfully close from here, Dave Redden. It was very close.
Very. Probably would have gone to a video, but I actually think he was safe. That was a brilliant throw from Isaac Wallace. I think he was home. Moody judged it pretty well. It was tight, but that's T20 cricket for you. 14 runs off the first over, Dan?
Very much so. That was a great commitment by Moody. He set himself to come back. He ran the first hard, as you coach the kids to do so. But put the pressure on the field, and it was a great throw. He got his running perfect. 14 runs from the first over. All of a sudden, this run chase is now 120 from 19.
Daniel Bailey, the New South Wales country opening bowler, who's made his name in this tournament in the last couple of years with some outstanding performances, and including the play of the match in a final. Bowling downwind, bowling to Aaron Wivell, and his deep fieldsmen are a fine leg and a traditional third man, and it's interesting how much finer that third man is than when the Blasters had it. That he's a full cricket pitch finer. He's down at what we'd call a traditional third man, Dan.
Yeah, look, I think Wivell's going to go from ball one here. But good bowling, nice and tight. That's where you need to bowl. Wivell very strong straight of the wicket. He lofted some sixes over cover there at Waratah Oval in that Summer Bash semi-final last year. That ridiculous power play of 92 in the first six. No one will ever forget that.
And they got rissoled.
And they got beat, but yeah. So Wivell's shown if the ball isn't in the slot where Bailey wants it, it will go, and we might be in a bit of trouble here if he gets one in short.
Loves to hit straight. Goes hard at it. And if they say if you flash hard, and beats third man down that short boundary.
And that's why he would have been so straight for that miss hit. You'd say, no, he likes to hit straight. If he doesn't get it, it's more not going to come off the edge, and he's got that very fine. But the scorebook says 4 runs. It doesn't say missed time over third man.
Former New South Wales country coach Jeff Cook and Jed Dixon, who was sitting near us earlier on today in their coaching, will always tell you that the lower you go in the order, the more you move third man finer, because the nicks go finer. And it's something I learned from. You learn a lot of things from picking things up from people and listening to coaching. So some good coaches.
It's a great shot. He pierced the field though? No, he hasn't.
Didn't really get it. There was a call for a catch, that's all I'm saying. But that's what he's there to do, is to score and take the game away from early. Early score is 17, is that right? Or 16, Dan?
19.
19 into the second over. The more orthodox Keith Moody on strike here.
Yeah, you'd imagine he'd be the sheet anchor of this innings. Wivell will pretty much have a licence to attack. Moody will just keep rotating the strike. He's not rotating much there except the wicket column in the scorebook. Unfortunately, Keith Moody's hit that straight down mid-on's throat. Michael Richardson there at mid-on. A very simple catch. And Dan Bailey takes a wicket in his first over. The Newcastle Blasters are 1 for 19, chasing 134 for victory in this region.
Plan B regional bash, PBRB, my friend. Now, surely you like Andre 3000 and AR, worldwide #1 smash. Surely you like that off his Spotify account. Still like In Excess more, don't you?
I sooner listen to music than noise, Dave Redden, but each to their own.
Okay.
You won't hear Andre 3000 on Dan's Classic Hits and Misses Tuesday night at 6 till 9. Of course, 7 to FM, that's for sure.
Okay.
You won't even hear Andre 4000, 5000.
Actually, a massive album. Love Box and the speaker box and the Love Box below. Great album. And an amazing film clip to that song, too.
Quite catchy, I must say.
Nathan Hudson, I thought that they'd crossed. I watched the batsman when that catch was taken, but they haven't. So Nathan Hudson comes out to take strike.
It's interesting they didn't cross because the ball was in the air for a long time.
I actually thought they did. So anyway, that's fine. That's why I'm sitting over here next to the great man Dan Saunders, and David and Stephen are out there in the middle. Great album too.
I go missing.
You'll be if you start hearing me gibbering on all afternoon, Saunders will be over at the Stocko Bolo knocking the top off a couple of frothies, listening to these great Australian songs over there.
I might have to get a ferry to work tomorrow on Hunter Street.
Indeed. Aaron Judge shared over here on our left. Great outfielder for the New York Yankees. It's a long ball. Bailey to Hudson. That'll be a double at least. He's gone to ground. No, although Wivell is lightning quick. When Wivell gets in the open, when he plays football for Cardiff, when he gets in the open on that wing or forward flank, he's unstoppable. He won a grand final for Cardiff with his pure speed. He is very. Yeah, and the interesting thing is with most Australian rules footballers are reasonably short, sharp sprinters and can go 10 or 15 metres quick. Wivell can go 70 or 80 and go fly. He has the high-end speed. He's really, really quick. Score check, please, Dan, and then over to Saundo.
1 for 21 from 2 overs. Aaron Wivell 11, Nathan Hudson 2. Bailey 1 for 7 from his first over. Got that early breakthrough.
Number 9, Brendan Charlton.
So Brendan Charlton, one of the Stockton players playing in this game, bowling on his home ground. So Charlton coming off quite a run, so what a medium fast. So he'll be bowling to Wivell. And where's the two fielders out? So third man's come inside the circle.
Long on.
Long on's deep, which very smart. Surely they've got long off back, have they?
No.
Fine leg. There's 6 runs to Aaron Wivell. Is that going to clear the John Slade Pavilion? It certainly has. And that was a very easy shot for Aaron Wivell, played straight off the hip. If you don't get your line right, Aaron Wivell, especially in a power play, you are going to pay, and pay dearly. And he did that effortless, and that's gone, well, it's interfering with the traffic, I dare say.
He is in a bit of a purple patch. I mean, but he is seeing the ball very well, and this is why our representative coach Shane Burley loves him at the top of the order, particularly in this form of cricket, because he can take the game away from him if he gets going. Now he's now 17 off 7 balls. He needs to keep going. I mean, one of his shots was an outside edge over slips, but that was just a pure cricket shot. Charlton just erring in direction, and Wivell just depositing him up to Mitchell Street.
Someone who's got that clean hitting ability from ball one, you give him as many balls to face in an innings as possible.
That one must have gone over leg stump because it's not called a wide. Wivell actually sitting there looking for that single after the boundary, which we've spoken about. Score check for you is 27 for 1 in the third over. Well ahead of the run rate. That wicket of Keith Moody, however, keeping Lake Mac well in the game. Going up for an LBW decision there, and that might have got Wivell on the knee roll.
Seemed to hit him lower than a couple of those early LBs in the first inning.
Must have been missing Dan.
Possibly was. Sitting here at a deep gully, it's probably not the best angle to view it. 1 for 27, midway through this third over, halfway through the power play here. Charlton bowling to Wivell. That's got him full on the piece. Fingers up, Wivell's gone. Charlton thought he had his man the ball before, but he's got him trapped on the crease. Must have squared him up, and this time the finger's gone up. The second wicket has fallen, and the Newcastle Blasters are 2 for 27. A pretty tidy over here from Brendan Charlton. After getting pogoed first ball, he's come back with 2 dots and a wicket. Jacob Montgomery from Wall's End coming out, batting at 4. So plenty of depth to this Blasters lineup, but as we saw in the Lake Mac innings, early wickets are key and can really affect the flow of runs. So they've got off to a flyer here, the Blasters, but having lost 2 key wickets, it'll be very interesting to see how they solidify. Midway through a third over here, 2 for 27. Very similar starts to these innings here, Dave. And mind you, Lake Mac didn't get off to as quick a start as the Blasters, but another wicket or two could really swing things back in Lake Mac's favour.
I think I told you about 20 minutes ago that Lake Mac will not stop, and they've got a lot of pride in the way they play, and it means a lot to them to get back to the SCG. This will be the 3rd year in the row if they get through. So I think this afternoon could be compelling watching. I really do. Montgomery, when he gets going, is a very, very good cricket, a very, very good bat to watch. Charlton to Montgomery. Oh, that was going over. As Dan said, Brendan Charlton's come back very hard. He's gone 6 ... wicket ... So couldn't have come back better.
Get out of this for only 6 runs off the over. That's a huge effort.
Yep.
Huge effort.
Now you sound like Darryl Eastlake. Brilliantly picked up by the left-handed Daniel Arms in that left-hander spot, who've got a mortgage on that spot at backward point. And that is a superb over from Brendan Charlton. The last 5 balls, 4 dots and a wicket after a first ball 6 from Aaron Wivell. It's 2 for 27 after 3 overs. So they're going at 9 and over. Daniel Bailey to bowl his second. Expect Bales to bowl 2 here and probably bowl later at the death because he's a bit like McTaggart. He's got great variety with his death balls. Moves his hand around and bowls seamers and cutters and so forth and can get the ball to die in the pitch.
Second over, number 18, Daniel Bailey.
Dan will be back in a second. And I'll take over for a couple of minutes. Daniel Bailey bowling to Nathan Hudson. Going the expansive drive, didn't get it. And over there is Jeffy at shortish cover. Score check for you is 2 for 27. 1 ball into the 4th over here at Lynn Oval at Stockton. Nice, mild December day. Not real warm, subtly blowing, but it's probably the lightest it's been over the whole weekend at the moment, although as I speak it just picks up. Hudson. That is a glorious shot. Jeez, good through there. And he made a century for Newcastle last year at the Country Champs. He played a lot of shots like that. Square drive, really, that was. That's a classy effort. Score check for you. It's 2 for 31. Bailey just erring there in his direction, giving Hudson room to free his arms. I'm telling you, Nathan Hudson, if you give him width, he will belt you all day. He loves getting room to free his arms. Bailey again. Giving him a bit of room again, but didn't quite get it. Straight to Joey Gillard at cover. Saundo's got the Larry Sunnies back. And where did you buy those from? You Pelican. Look at them. They're hilarious. They're like the same colour as Bumblebee in the Transformers films. Goodness me.
Hornet yellow they are. Katara Hornet yellow. From the local Caltex, or Ampol I believe they call them now. The $29.95 fully glazed sunnies. Dot ball there. Hudson punching that through to cover. So Bailey bowling his second over. I missed a boundary. What happened there?
Magnificent square drive.
From Hudson? Yep. Yeah, he'll certainly get value for shots here. He's gone to university this year, hasn't he, from Waratah? Is that right?
Correct. Back to uni. He played with them before he went to Waratah.
Okay. Yeah, very familiar with him.
He's had more clubs than Madonna.
Have more what's than Madonna?
Club.
Ah, right.
Club.
Gotcha.
Daniel, don't get me in trouble.
I would have said played more clubs than Slim
Give me
Dusty.
the microphone. No, thank you. I said more clubs than Madonna. You are trying to get me in trouble, Saundo. Absalom sitting behind us just laughing it up. And this pelican to my right just pinged me for saying more clubs than Madonna. So anyway.
I just had to make sure I heard you right.
Yeah, righto. Very good. I've just taken the microphone off this muppet next to me after getting buggered. Montgomery back on strike. Absalom, stop laughing behind us, please. It's not funny. Daniel Bailey bowling to Jacob Montgomery. Lovely straight drive. Bailey bowling in the right channel.
Great line, great length.
That should be over. Yep. Yep. 32 after 4. Run rate okay. Those 2 wickets keeping things very, very close. Over to the man with the Larry sunglasses, Dan Saunders.
What's that noise I can hear?
It's actually not a bad song, this one. I must add that my Spotify account would have slightly more Rolling Stones, Led Zeppelin and Cold Chisel than this one, but that's not a bad song.
Two for 32 after 4. Run rate of 8 and over, which is above the current required run rate. Blasters needing another 102 runs from 16 overs. So I guess the asking rate's just over 6 and over. Brendan Charlton's bowling again.
You had no idea what that ball was. No.
Bit of a mystery that, but they'll take the run. Still a gorgeous afternoon here. I hope this Duckworth Lewis won't be required. A few clouds circling out there to the south, but I think I don't see them being here in the next hour or so. So hopefully we'll get a full game in here at Lynn Oval. Another quick single there to the Blasters, just rotating the strike. Just playing safe cricket and solidifying this third wicket partnership.
And big shout out if he's listening to Aidan Cahill, who's been selected to play for Australia at the Under-19 World Cup in the West Indies. What a dangerous place that would be to go on tour, the West Indies. First game in Guyana, the next couple in St Kitts. And wonderful to see a cricketer from Newcastle getting picked for Australia. Congratulations, Aidan Cahill, and to your family. I hope you enjoy your time over in the West Indies, and sincere congratulations to both of us. That is a wonderful achievement. Yeah.
I mean, what are you going to learn on the field? Imagine what you're going to learn off the field.
Oh, Georgetown's not a place you want to go at night. St Kitts, however, would be a little bit better. But I've heard lots of stories about Georgetown. Not the safest place in the world. The capital of Guyana. And watched a lot of cricket on television at Georgetown, the old border ground. Watched Viv Richards absolutely destroy Australia once. Greg Matthews ended up with 3 for 155, and Viv was hitting him for one-handed sixes. Oh, no. Matthews is a good cricketer, but Viv this stage has built him. Border's tiny, but of course they've moved on now, and they've got with all the grounds that have been developed, they've got another ground that they use in Georgetown.
It's a good over here from Charlton.
He's actually bowled, considering his first delivery was a bomb. He's done very well. He's got his length quickly.
From none for 6 off one ball, he's now bowled
1 for 9 from 11 deliveries. So he's come back really well, really well. Let's see how he finishes off this over. Could be the last ball of the 5th over. There'll be 1 over remaining after this in the power play. Be interesting to see if we take the attack in this final over. But Charlton, bowling to Montgomery. Dot ball, great over there, only 3 from it. After 5 overs, the Blasters 2 for 35.
Single that hit the stumps.
Oh, hello. Errant throw there, was there?
No, it actually hit the stumps and diverted, and they took the overthrow.
Okay, went off a little bit early. But 2 for 36 at the end of 5, so just going at over 7 and over. So certainly got the run rate under control, but late McAtack slowly clawing it back.
And interestingly, Daniel Bailey to bowl his third. You wonder if the tactics are for him to bowl out. I can imagine you on the dance floor of this one in your day dance orders, listening to the Macarena.
I would have to suggest that the Macarena was out back in my 2-year stint at Stockton a couple of decades ago, and I'm sure the Macarena got a bit of a workout on the ferry, I reckon. Good times, great memories for those who can remember them. So Montgomery back on strike to Dan Bailey. You're right, Bailey bowling his 3rd over straight. Genuine nick there. That's going to go all the way down. The 3rd man for 4. That 3rd man is pretty straight, but not straight enough. And Montgomery, that's his first boundary. The total under 40. Unlucky there for Dan Bailey because he's bowling in the right slot. Got him driving. It was a genuine edge. In 2-day cricket, might have been a wicket, but this short form game, you can't have fielders everywhere. Let's see how Bailey comes back from that. The fine leg's been moved around here a lot squarer. Very interesting. He's certainly not in the play. Set that to cover. Taking the easy single there. 2 for 41.
Just at a really interesting stage with only a few balls left in the power play here. Game, I think, is very evenly poised. This could go to 19 or 20 overs today. And again, Bailey cannot bowl with width to Hudson. He's got to keep him in the channel. If he gives him width, he'll just free his arms and whack it through off the offside. That is a glorious drive, and Michael Richards done really well to stop that, keep that to 1. Nice shot for 1, wasn't it? Great to see Australia win the first test as well, Dan. While we're here, just briefly, it's pretty. Other than for about one session where Milan and Root were battered properly, Australia did very well.
Yeah, I mean, based on the team selection, you expect Australia to won that first test.
Anderson not playing.
Anderson and Broad not playing. There's a bit of a mystery. Oh, chance here. Direct hit would have been very close. Risky single, but taken nonetheless. 2 for 43. Yes, Dave Redden, Australia up 1-0 in the series, and a crushing win by 9 wickets in 3.5 days? 2 third days.
Jai Richardson odds on Josh Hazelwood has a quote minor side strain.
Yeah.
And Jai Richardson in the mix. So is Michael Nessa, who's been 12th man more times than I've ever
Look,
raced dinners.
the day-night test, I'm getting Michael Nessa in there where I can. So I'm a big fan of Jai Richardson. What's happened there? Got to edge away.
Swat that. I'm just waiting to see if that's a leg by the umpire. Hasn't got his hand out yet. What's going on here? Oh, he's changing hands. So that was a single. So he's got a slight feather to that, just the slightest one. And just to score up that for you is 43 for 2. 44 for 2 isn't there? Yes, 42. Jake's on strike. Montgomery working into his innings. He hasn't had a lot of time at the crease early in this year, and just looks to be getting somewhat comfortable. Lovely fluid drive, straight to cover. No run. And that's over. And score for you.
No score off that last ball.
Nothing. So right on target here, and that's the power play done. See who comes on now. Will Charlton continue? He's bowled very well. Spinners here. There's a couple of leg spinners here in Isaac Wallace and Daniel Chillingworth, and he may use Jack Hardigan as well to bowl an over or 2 of his right arm nude balls. He bowls right arm around the wicket balls that have got nothing on them, but he gets wickets all the time, Dan. Dan's a bit like my entire career.
Okay, so fielding restrictions have been lifted now. You can have up to 5 outside the fielding ring. Fine legs back on the fence. Looking around. Yep.
That's third man.
Left-hander on strike. Apologies. So Nathan Hudson facing Brendan Charlton. So Charlton bowling his 3rd over straight. Okay, so 3rd man on the boundary. Long off, long on. And I think that might only be... is he on the short boundary out there at point?
No, at forward point. Just
forward point. Right. Couldn't see in the shadow. A very strong offside field there. He's whipped that through the leg side. It's right down to the long on fielder. Safe single there to Hudson. And Charlton again. Nice and tight. He's come back well ever since that welcome to the spell 6 out of the park.
Yeah, he's come back hard. He's interesting, Brendan Charlton. All of a sudden, he'll get his rhythm, and the next ball will be a yard and a half quicker. All of a sudden, he just catches rhythm, and all of a sudden, the keeper's taking up at his face. You know, he can let them go. He's a very good cricketer. Montgomery, an easy single down the line. Of course, Tim Cox is sitting with us, the Newcastle's own administrator, played in the grand final alongside Brendan Charlton, which Brendan Charlton produced a match-winning innings alongside Griffin Lee, did he not? With Timothy Cox sitting in the pavilion batting at 11. You got to go out there and block them all. Tim Cox, I can assure you from when I first saw Tim Cox was not a number 11 batsman. That is in the top order for Western Zone, he did. Alongside his brother. That's wide. Is it called? No. No. The way Nathan Hudson played that, you would have thought that was all for all money for a wide. Short, fine leg in here. Forward squared, Adrian Chad, and then a long on. And then he's got a long off, cover, deep point, and backward point as well. He's got long off and long on, I beg your pardon. Charlton to Hudson. We have seen a lot of, in both innings, covers working overtime. Sort of indicative that they are bowling to some kind of a plan. Joey Gillard sitting there at cover. He's really, really good laterally, and he's built low to the ground. He picks the ball up very quickly. Just a real athlete, Joey Gillard. Charlton to Hudson again. Again, Nathan Hudson, Brendan Charlton giving him a bit of width, and Nathan Hudson not taking it. That's actually a very, very good over. Two from it, and all of a sudden, as is T20 cricket, they're slightly behind the run rate, Dan.
Yeah, late make attack certainly getting back in on this arm wrestle. 2 for 46 from 7. That danger wicket at Aaron Wivell certainly turned this game. And as he's expecting a 2-horse race with everything to play for.
I think it might be Daniel Chillingworth, because out comes the helmet for Mitchell Nesbitt. It is Daniel Chillingworth.
Chillingworth.
He's only started bowling after a couple of years break, bowling his leggies again, and he's been landing them. Getting wickets regularly.
Nothing better than seeing a leggy who can land them, especially he's happy to toss them up. Like young is it Bills from West. I think he took a bag of wickets. I think he took 5 yesterday in first grade.
He gets going.
Very impressive. I love the way he's got the confidence to throw it up there.
Let's see if Jacob Montgomery takes Daniel Chillingworth on. He needs some runs soon, the Blasters. No, he doesn't.
They're going to come back for 2 here, are they? No, easy one. Bit of intent in the running at least there. But they got down to the long on fielder there pretty quick. Isaac Wallace fielding that ball. So Hudson on strike, facing Chillingworth.
And he's hitting the leg spinner to the short boundary.
Yes, so hitting with the spin. So mid-wicket on the fence, backward square going out to the boundary as well. Long on the boundary, so there's 3 out on the leg side fence. Fine leg coming up into the ring. There's a deep cover.
In fact, fine legs being, there's no one behind square on the leg
That's
side.
a very interesting ploy, isn't it? Yeah, the laps on here.
Yep.
Or the ramp, or the...
Oh, that's an orthodox lap sweep.
Yeah. See where Chillingworth gets his line right, or he could be in trouble down there. There's a sweep shot. He's got it away. There's going to be at least 2. Big dive put in there, and they're going to come back for a third. Looks like a bit of a Keystone Cops down there.
And Dan, that was an orthodox cricket shot.
Yeah, just a safe, smart cricket shot. The ball was there to be swept. He played along the ground, all the way along the carpet for 3 runs. That was a very odd change in the field.
I don't think with a right-hand leg spinner bowling to a left-hander that you can go without a 45. I just don't think you can.
Even if you get it right, pitching out to it off, you can still work the spin of the ball.
Especially if you step across. But that was just, there was nothing flashy, or that was just a good... We said there'd be a lap sweep, and it came first rock. Chillingworth to Montgomery.
Reverse sweep.
And he misses it completely. And again, there's no one behind point on that offside. So that's a risk that he's taking, but the reward is very large. I can guarantee you Adrian Chad would be taking that if he loves the reverse sweep, Chetty. He's the king of it.
Tosses it up. Goes down the ground there for 1. Take the easy single.
Let's see if they address this anomaly in the field. Again, they're not.
The points coming up inside. 45's back on the ring, so they've got cover. Still no fine leg. This is an odd ploy.
He's got to bowl outside off stump, Dan.
Has to. I think he'll work. Try to work it there. Lining that up well outside
Yeah,
stump.
perfect. With this field, that was the perfect delivery.
He has to get it right. If that starts pitching on middle,
Look out.
towards leg, that backward 45's going to cop a pounding. Here comes Chillingworth again to Hudson. There it is again. Going to get at least 2. You would no, they're not running the first hard. Might have cost themselves a run there. Just a single down a fine leg.
And he actually chalked that one. He got one in the front of the toe in the bat, but it's almost a wristless shot, really.
It's easy runs, yeah.
Score update for us, please, Dan.
Newcastle bringing up the 50.
At the end of the 8th over, 2 for 52. With Nathan Hudson is not out, 16 from 19. Jacob Montgomery, 11 from 15. They've consolidated. They've spent time there.
No wickets in clumps.
25-run partnership thus far. It'll be very interesting to see which one will start to pick things up here and which one will anchor the innings. So will Charlton bowl out, or have we got a new bowler at this end? So Jeremy Noonan's coming back.
Sideshow Bob back from the he had to get his locks, his beloved locks cut for his job, so no longer Sideshow. Oh my goodness!
Great hit. That'll go out of the park. That's the second 6 of this innings and the 3rd of the day. And Nathan Hudson, that was right in his wheelhouse, and that has gone for a swim on Stockton Beach.
And he's hitting downwind there too. Looking for the single, I'd imagine, this ball. Straight to Joey Gillard. He's busier than Ruthins' dietitian there at short cover.
That was a great stroke, wasn't it? He hit that well. For someone who's so strong for the offside.
And first ball boundaries, good coaches will all tell you first ball boundaries are pivotal. They just set the rest of the over up.
He's trying it again. There's no one out there.
And that's going to, with the wind, there's
They're
no
gonna be
chance
safe.
of getting that.
They'll come
No.
back for 2. I think Mr. Noonan may wish for his skipper to pop someone out on that boundary. 8 runs out there and 3 balls.
Yeah, you're wondering whether they should have a cow and bring someone else in.
Well, you're encouraging to bowl full outside off stump with a third man on the fence, cover point on the fence. Well, if he's gone out there again, where's that gone? What straighter this time? Coming back for 2? No, they're staying for 1. Well fielded. And again, is that the ploy, get him to hit across the line and hopefully sky it? It's a dangerous ploy because the way he smoked that first one.
I think they've targeted this over. I've got no doubts that Hudson's decided to go Noonan.
Yeah, well, Noonan went for 10 from his first over, and then 9 already off 4 in this, so I guess if that is what they've done here to blast us, smart tactic thus far, but they don't want to lose their head. Here's Montgomery facing Noonan. Punch that through on the offside, no run. 2 for 61, 1 ball remaining in the 9th over.
Haven't we seen cover be busy today in both innings, that consistently hitting the cover? It's amazing. Two for
Noonan. Final ball of the 9th over, bowling to Montgomery.
Bowled him.
Bowled him. Good comeback there by Jeremy Noonan.
Number 3, Jeremy Noonan.
End of the 9th over, 3 for 61. Noonan with figures 1 for 19 from 2 overs. So Hudson, the not-out batsman, on 25. I'm wondering will the skipper come out now?
I believe it's Ben Balcombe. And this is where Ben Balcombe bats for the Blasters.
45, Ben Balcombe, okay.
Yeah, so Ben Balcombe bats in this spot, and he's paid a couple of pivotal innings the last couple of years for both the Blasters and the Newcastle zone side. Loves hitting in the area between long on and forward square. He can smoke them there. Bats high. He's bats high for his club, Hamilton Wickham, and can play. Interesting. This game is very evenly balanced.
Is this your Spotify account? That's what we call it after. Tay-tay? Bit of tay-tay
Yes.
red?
No, thank you. Multi-millionaire, but not to my taste.
Actually making a living about writing songs about all your exes.
Be a short list for me. So, Chill to bowl again. Daniel Chillingworth bowling to Nathan Hudson. End of the over there. Now, Hudson put the foot down in the last over. He's
25 from 23.
thank you. So, just they don't want to lose a wicket again now, because that'll put Lake Mac back on top with 2 new batsmen. Authentic cricket shot down the pitch, straight drive down to Isaac Wallace at long off. And this will bring Ben Balcombe now. The field will change dramatically with the change of hand. Will they put out a cow? At the moment, they haven't got anyone at deep mid-wicket right in front of us, and that is one of his big hitting areas.
Balcombe can go across the line.
He hits them sweetly when he gets going.
Okay.
He can hit large and long and powerfully right towards us. First ball just to Brendan Charlton at mid-wicket. No run.
Chinoeko.
Actually, it was originally lip sync, if you want to go back.
True.
Disco song.
Safe single there, just round back with a square. 3 for 63.
Ben Balcombe gets off the mark there.
How would it be for a band when their greatest hit they remember for was not even one of their own? Shannon Knoll, guilty of that. What about
John
me?
Farnham. John Farnham songs were his only didn't write songs.
No, but I mean cover versions.
That's close. No, David didn't know. Well, You're the Voice, John Farnham song was a cover version. It was written by some people that wrote songs for Martin Gaye. So all of John Farnham's hits pretty much were written by him. if you want a perfect example. Hudson facing Chillingworth. Goes the slog sweep.
Great catch. Geez, that could have gone over the fence had he not caught that. But that's a big game-changing wicket. Hudson, 26 off 26.
Giving Daniel Chillingworth his second wicket of the day. Dismissing number 6, Nathan Hudson.
That's Chillingworth's first wicket, but certainly a very valuable wicket's worth too. We know who took that catch out there on the mid-wicket, Jack Hardigan. Great set of hands. He judged that well.
It was going for 6. Josh Claridge coming out now from the Warrantar Mayfield Cricket Club.
New batsman for Newcastle, number 7 for Josh
It'll be
Claridge.
very interesting to see where Angus McTaggart bats, because he can bat at 200 strike rate if he gets going.
Yeah, well, I'm very surprised Nick Foster hasn't batted yet too. He's in good form and he can go at a clip if he needs to. But I'm sure he's captaining to a plan. It's 4 for 63.
And Chillingworth and Claridge played a lot of cricket together at Charlestown, so they know each other's game very well. I would suggest to you right now, and I know that the T20 game swings so quickly, right now Lake Mac are slightly in front, just slightly. Those 2 wickets in a hurry make a big difference.
Yeah, look, well, they still need 71 runs from 10.1 overs. 6 wickets in hand. The run rate's creeping up over 7 and over. Another wicket here could be very interesting. It's going to make a big second 10 overs of this innings. But Chillingworth, 1 ball remaining in his second over. And Claridge just pushed that out in the offside. So the end of the 10 overs, 4 for 63. The target is 134. 71 runs required from 60 balls. And 4 down, yeah, I'll say advantage Lake Mac, but it's certainly teetering in their favour at this junction of the game.
The skipper Adrian Chad coming on from the northern or Stocko Bolo end here. Pivotal spell. Looks like he's going to bring the fine leg and third man certainly coming up. And I think that will mean that Chatty will bowl his cutters and take the pace off the ball a bit. Fine leg staying where it is. 2 men behind point on the offside. Daniel Arms in his usual position, which you usually have left-handers in, of backward point. He's a very good fieldsman in that particular spot. And always trying to have a left-hander at backward point to a right-hander. Right-handed batsman. Now, Ben Balcombe now has someone going back to deep mid-wicket. Joseph Gillard goes back there. That is a wise move. Balcombe can hit them long and large there. Fine leg moves up into forward square. In fact, he's going to go to a straighter mid-wicket. No, he's going to stay at forward square. And there's a deep backward square. So there's actually no fine leg at the moment. No true fine leg. No, he's got away with that one. No. And all of these dots are going to start to build up. 71 needed off 59 now.
Is there some depth in this batting lineup still?
Well, both teams are replete with depth. There's lots of bowling options, a lot of batting options.
Wigan, Mitch Lowell,
McTaggart's he can bat. Don't worry about that. Nesbitt standing up now. Might only be one. He's just got that outside the ring. Jack Hardigan gets it into Mitch Nesbitt. Just the one. So Mitch Nesbitt coming up, and this is where Adrian Chad is dangerous. As soon as the keepers stand up to him, they can't use their feet to him, and he can be really dangerous there. Nesbitt's played really good cricket. Mitch Nesbitt new to the Newcastle rep system this year, and he's done very well. Good cricketer. Josh Claridge loves going out through there. He will hit the sweeper all day if you let him. Just a single and he's away. So things are a bit quiet here at the moment, aren't they, Dan? There hasn't been a boundary for a few hours since Nathan Hudson mowed that 6 down to long on. And Adrian Chad bowling nicely at the moment and sends back his mid-off to long off. Yeah,
look, Lake Mac attack are bowling well. Bowling in partnerships. They're setting fields and they're bowling to them, which is so important in short-form cricket. And all he can do there is just push that away there on the leg side. So the dot balls, the braille's starting to add up. Which is going to make the Blasters' task that little extra harder in this run chase. because they're sitting on that thing now, 4 down. Although they've got plenty of depth, they can't afford to lose wickets because red ink normally leads to the run rate slipping right down. So here comes Adrian Chad bowling to Ben Borkham. He's got under that. He got under that all right. That's just a short arm jab for 6. That ball's off to listen to the Sultans a swing, I believe. And Dave Redden, he said straight up to Ben Borkham when he gets his eye in and he wants to send it. There wasn't much effort in that stroke, and he's hit that out of the park. And taking a tally into the 70s.
Forward square, you'll see. He loves it over there.
So yeah, Chad responds to that. Full of ball there, just straight back down the wicket. End of his over. 8 runs from the over, and after 11 overs, the Blasters are 4 for 71. 9 overs remaining. They require 63 for victory. Well, Walls in high maths means that's 7 runs and over is the run rate required.
Impressed with your mathematics teachers. You've got that right on the ball. Daniel Chillingworth again here. Now, I wonder if Claridge will take him on or just try to work him around. Claridge is a really interesting batsman because he's got shots all around the wicket and pretty much an orthodox right-hand bat, but he can play. Uses his feet. And Borkham will come back for the second. Good cricket, good running. And because he's just beaten that field, he's beaten the skipper Chad there at pretty much extra cover. It goes for 2. Claridge will not want to get out to one of his good mates in Chillingworth. Let me tell you. Never hear the end of it. Goes back. That's the faster ball. That's the Zampa ball that Zut's on. And it's actually how Adam Zampa's made a pretty successful career by bowling that sort of delivery.
Won his team a game the other night in that final over, bowling very smart over. Amazed me they don't look at him more for Test cricket. He's such a good bowler, quality leg spinner.
Have a look at his first-class record. Go and have a look at the spinners in Australia and have a look at records of
Well, I don't even think he's playing Shield cricket, is he?
Holland and Swepson and guys like that, Ashton Agar, and you'll find that Zampa's first-class record is not great, particularly when average and strike rate.
He's such a successful short-form bowler.
Down the back or the third man.
Okay, well, they've got 2 there. Just accumulating the runs, and this partnership just slowly starting to take effect.
As I said, Claridge has got a lot of shots around the wicket. He's going to try and find where the fieldsmen aren't and work the ball around. He's got 2 twos this over.
Taking the pace off that one.
I reckon that was actually out the front, the hand. I reckon if I saw that right, Chile might have bowled that out the front rather than as a wrist spinner. Score check, please, for everybody.
4 for 75. 1 ball remaining in the 12th over.
Run rate continuing to matriculate. That's another straight ball, and Claridge is practicing his reverse sweep. Lovely over from Dan Chillingworth there. Just the 2 twos to Claridge. Does Adrian Chad come back, or will he start? He's not going to use Isaac Wallace yet. He's got another leggy in Isaac Wallace who's got a lot of wickets in the last couple of years.
59 required from 8 overs. So we're up over 7 and over now. The run rate just starting to really push up. Late make attack have fought back really well, and Dave Redden called that. He said they will put in everything. They're a very proud team. Here comes Chad in bowling to Ben Borkham. Just push that backward of square on the offside, backward of gully for an easy single. Take the tally on the 76.
Claridge can't afford to get tied up. He's got 4 off the last over, but he pretty much has to get runs every ball at the moment and at least get Borkham the strike.
Yeah, something on the ball. Take the singles where they can and put away the bad ball.
Just like that.
Yep. And run the first hard.
Turned out to be a nice afternoon here at Lenovo. A few clouds around, but not a bad day for cricket at all.
No, gorgeous afternoon. Nice breeze coming in from the ocean. Great soundtrack coming in from the bowling club. Adrian Chad that beaten gully or backward. No, it's more of a fly slip there. A short third man.
It's short third. It's
Third
actually
away.
short third man.
Only a single. Again, going about their business smartly at present. The Blasters just picking off runner ball. Chad bowling well. His experienced skipper wouldn't know how to bowl in these circumstances.
Vastly experienced he is. Goes with the Ronaldo tactics there, and it works. Puts the foot out and stops that from being a single. 3 runs off the over so far. Claridge needs to get a move along shortly. There is not a lot of rocks left.
There's Chad again. On the way to mid-wicket. Bit of a fumble, easy single there to Claridge. 4 for 79, 1 ball remaining in this 13th over. Geez, I think we've got a final half hour coming up. It's going to be very exciting, David Redden.
Have we what, Dan Saunders? Of course, Adrian Chad bowled Newcastle to victory in the Country Championship final in Goulburn earlier this year in February. 5 fun.
Oh, he's hit that well.
And Ben Borkham
Over to
goes.
Borkham again. And again, just that short arm punch. There's certainly no backlift there. It's just, that's his wheelhouse, and that's twice he's done that now. And that over from Chad, which was a good over, it's ended up not as good an over. 10 from. Chad now has no wicket for 18 from 2.
Chillingworth's last, is it now?
4 for 85 from 13. All of a sudden now it's 49 required from 7. Back to 7 and over. That effortless 6 really has helped things out there for the Blasters. So Chillingworth's going again.
Claridge can't afford 4 dot balls.
Chillingworth 3 overs, 1 for 12.
Claridge has got to score. As he does. Oh no, he doesn't. Can't get it past short fine leg. Spent the last couple of years playing for the Gordon Cricket Club. Very fine player, Josh Claridge, and a good skipper as well, good thinker on the game.
Ooh,
It didn't carry.
just a single there. Smart running there. The ball up with the non-strikers saw that the run was on and took it. 4 for 86.
Again, no one at deep mid wicket for Borkham. So Chillingworth has to pretty much push it through. He doesn't want him to go on the back foot here.
Got that away backward. It's very fine. They'll get 2. He's coming back for 3. They'll get an easy 3 as he's pulled it up inside the boundary down there. Great running there by Josh Claridge to the non-striker's end. And then he's
they're
missed
wides.
it. It's actually 3 wides.
4.
Well, 3 plus the wide. So 4
4
under
wides.
the total. And, more importantly, got to re-bowl it.
That's right. So that's big. They often tell you that 5 wides is a momentum killer ball.
In
That's
the
4.
context of the game,
Oh,
that's
yeah, it's
just
massive.
given up 4 runs.
Claridge on strike. Straighter ball. Can't get it past that. Daniel Arms down there at 45. Again, the advantage of having a left-hander in that position is shown. Just going straight to his left hand every time.
Chillingworth. And he comes again. Good bowling, getting him playing from the crease, going back and deep into his crease.
How many runs this over, please? Is it 6 so far?
5. A single and 4 wides. But still 3 balls remaining. 2 balls remaining in the over, sorry. So
2 more singles would be is satisfactory here, or a 2.
7 and over's the target, so
Borkham on the go. And Claridge,
Safe on there.
Claridge pulls the reins on that one and doesn't fire in a throw, especially with no one on the fence back at cover. So
Yep.
smart work, Daniel
interesting
Arms.
here. 1 ball remaining in the over. Borkham on strike and no cover out here in that area where he's shown. He can effortlessly clear the fence. Fuller ball. He's hit that out through mid-wicket. They've run the first hard, but it's gone to the fielder too quick. It's actually gone back with a square. Didn't quite see that as well as I thought I did. But 7 runs from the over.
And that's par.
That's par. That's exactly what they're after. At the end of
End of the
14
over,
overs,
score
4 for 92, which means 42 required from 6, which is 7 of the over.
Be interested to see who comes on now. That looks like Jeremy Noonan to me. Chatty's taking himself off.
Isn't it? After his first 2 overs have been pretty expensive in the context of this innings.
Well, they probably figure they need a wicket. These two have done a good resurrection job. They've put on almost 30 since Nathan Hudson was caught slog sweeping on the fence. And
Noonan needs to get it right, especially when Balcom's on strike.
well, when he's on, he hits stumps a lot. He bowls straight. So, interesting part of the game.
Yeah, no, very interesting. 6 overs remaining in this run chase. And a dot ball. It's too quick. Got that through there. So, looking at 29 balls remaining. 42 runs. It's, as I said...
6 overs or 5 overs left?
6 overs minus 1 delivery.
It's 35 balls left, isn't it, Dan?
35 balls. So this, 30-40 minute period of play. The winner of this game, of course, goes on to the finals at the Sydney Cricket Ground in 2022. You've given him, and you've just said Jeremy Noonan often hits the stumps. Well, that would have hit the stumps, I'd say. It's wrapped him on the pad straight in front. And Ben Balcom, the dangerous Ben Balcom, has shown he can hit boundaries and big boundaries, has gone LBW. The 5th wicket has fallen with 92 runs on the board. Mitchell Lowell will be the next batsman, striding out to the centre. 5 for 92. How many more twists and turns has this game gone in at Dave Redden?
Around the grounds, the Central West Wranglers 2 for 121 have defeated South Coast 9 for 118. The Central Coast 6 for 152 defeated the Hunt of the Thoroughbreds 30, and no, that is not a joke. ACT Aces 7 for 127, Border at 6 for 79. Illawarra 7 for 113 defeated the Western Plains Outlaws 72. Bet you there's something in the wicket there. And Murrumbidgee 5 for 95, chasing Waggers 9 for 115. Some very close games all around New South Wales at the moment, including this game as well. Bit of a surprise there that the Outlaws only made 72, so I'd suggest there'd been quite a bit in that deck down there. And, of course, the most extraordinary result, Central Coast 152 off their 20, have defeated Hunter 30. And Chris Archer taking 3 for 5. Remarkable figures. New South Wales country opening bowler Alex Patterson 2 for as well. So that's what's going on in the Plan B Regional Bash. Mitchell Lowell left-handed will face Jeremy Noonan now. And just a wicket when they need it again, Dan. They just keep on nibbling away at you like Mac, don't they?
Yeah, very much so. They just won't go away. This game is still either team's for the taking. This team want it more, the Blasters or the attack. Time will tell. Here comes Noonan, bowling to Lowell. Oh, he's got that one through him. He's come back well this 3rd over.
Big time.
2 dots and a wicket.
I would suggest that the next man in would be Angus McTaggart, because 15 minutes of McTaggart will get him home.
Really?
Oh, he's that explosive.
Okay,
yes.
well, that'll be great to see. So I'm quite surprised Nick Foster hasn't batted yet. Again, it just shows the depth of this team. Easy single there, just pushed out the offside. Geez, Lowell's quick off the blocks there. He thought about 2.
He loves hitting square on the offside. It's one of his real strengths. Being left-handed, as soon as you give him width outside there, but he loves going square between cover and backward point. He's dynamite out there. Josh Claridge now has an important role. Now he's the one that's been in for it. He really has to get moving here. Daniel Arms, yep. Just a single to Josh Claridge. Very good over so far for Jeremy Noonan. Score check is 5. I just can't see the computer. 93? 5 for 93? 93. 94. 5 overs to go after this one. Adrian Chad knows Mitchell Lowell. He's packed that offside field. That would have been a sensational catch.
Just noticed that was Dan Bowie that walked past. He's off the park.
He came off the park after his spell. Daniel Arms is furious. He does. And with a 13-man squad, they don't need to be on. So you can have a 13-man squad and they can go on and off as they wish. So Daniel Arms there, a tough chance off Mitchell Lowell. Just missed it. Now, I'll be fascinated. If Isaac Wallace is going to bowl now, this will be very interesting because he bowls slower than you saw that Daniel Chillingworth bowled a lot of quicker balls. Isaac Wallace is a much more traditional leg spin bowler. Gives it lots of loop and air. He attacks and he's willing to go for 6 to 7 and over. But they are, and Mitchell Lowell's going to be hitting with the spin to the short boundary. And Lowley can get tied up against spin, so we'll be right now of all of the commentating, and it's going to come down to these last 5 overs. Score check, please.
5 for 95. They need 39 runs from 5 overs.
Just under 8.
8 and over here, so I think this over could be a make or break over for both teams. Who will win this battle? Let's push that out to cover there for an easy single. I think one big over from either team, a couple of wickets or a double figure over could really open this game up. But you said to go down over 19-20, and I think Dave Redden, this is why you are the voice of Newcastle cricket. I think you've got this one spot on once again. Oh, he's got a fine edge on that. He's got 1. They'll come back for 2, will they? No. Great fielding down there at, I guess, short third man.
Again, the left-hander fielding there has saved a run because he didn't have to run around his hand. He was able to go on his natural.
Was that arms?
It was.
It was arms. Good arm by Daniel Arms.
Yeah, well said. One of your best.
They're taking the runner ball here, which they need to do at the bare minimum. Get that runner ball, but at some point they need to double up or find the picket fence.
Have a look to where Claridge's go-to points are. Again, yeah, mid-wicket in front of us. He's got 2 men on square on the leg side fence.
There's Wallace throwing it up. He's cut that away for another single. So consecutive singles. The picket fence of our own here on the scorebook. 1-1-1-1. Be interesting to see who's going to take on the fight here. It's been a great over in the context of the game thus far. Keeping it under the required run rate, easy for me to say. He swept that away, but it's go straight out to the sweeper there on the square leg boundary for another single. 5 from the over.
Swept it away to the sweeper, did he?
Swept it away to the sweeper.
Very good. Josh Claridge on strike here. They really need a 2 or a 3 at worst here to get them back up with the rate.
Let's take him on. There's 1. They should come back
Must
for
be
2.
2.
Easy 2 in the end.
And that's 7, isn't it?
That's 7
5
from the over, which they were
just below par. Just
yeah,
one
because
run
they're
below
up to
par.
8 and over now. So someone needs to take it on because boundaries are required now for the Blasters. But the late back attack, what they're doing, they keep doing what they're doing, they'll get out of this.
Newcastle bringing up the 100 runs in that over, taking the score to 5 for 102.
4 overs to go, is that right?
4 overs remaining, 32 runs required. We're at 8 and over on the dot. Noonan still has an over to bowl. Bailey has an over up his sleeve. Charlton has an over. Chad has 2.
That looks like Brendan Charlton coming on. Jeremy Noonan's over here. He's got a particular gait. And that I think it's Brendan Charlton who's coming on at the northern end.
Okay, well, Charlton, he's 3 overs. 1 for 12, been very economical. Another 4 run over will be just what the late Mac attack want. Let's have a look at this field. Fine leg on the fence. Deep cover on the fence.
Fine leg is straighter than Fred Nile, but I might add as well. There's Lowley. If Lowley gets width, he's going to try and smash him through the offside. It's right through there. And Brendan Charlton. Interesting, the pitch has just died a bit. It's just the ball is skidding on just a bit more. It's almost a wicket you can load up on the front stool, and unless it's dug right in, should be playing off the front foot. Important dot ball there from Charlton, and as Dan said, if he can bring up a 4 or 5 over here, it puts a lot of pressure back on the Blasters.
Well, 32 off 23 now. We're getting down to that easy calculation. Lyle's got bat on that. He's got that backward of point. He did the dive there into the fence. Pulled that back, so there's 2, so they've doubled up there. Makes the total 104. 30 required from
With
22.
With Lowley, I'd almost consider going around the wicket and not giving him the width and bowling
Spear it
in
in.
middle and off and spearing into him, because if Brendan Charlton even gives him anything like off stump or test out, you can see that he's going to go out there. It's, everybody in the whole ground knows where Lowley will goal if he gets width. Everybody.
That shorter boundary. He's got a dash on that. Has he got that
He
fine
should
enough to come back?
No.
No, they're not.
Good fielding from that was Daniel Chillingworth down there at a very fine third man. So score check, please, Dan.
5 for 105. 29 remaining of 21 balls. It's getting very tight. So Claridge on strike. 14 from 20. We look to take on the fence, or we look to just rotate the strike. Down the leg side.
Must have flicked the pad because it wasn't given a wide.
Very interesting. And again, in the context of the game, any ball that's got to be re-bowled with run on the tally is gold. So might have got away with one there.
Again, so far a very fine over from Brendan Charlton. What can Claridge produce? He's at the moment he's deflecting and trying to go behind the square. I'd like to see him try and hit a drive at some stage soon and get the ball in front of the wicket.
Well, he did what his team needed, but not the stroke is probably his strong suit. Charlton's got one through him, and this has been a great over. We said another 4-run over they'd be pretty happy with. Well, 1 for 3 from this over so far, 2 for 15, with 1 ball remaining in his spell.
And here comes the
Here
talent
comes
of McTaggart.
McTaggart. This could be worth your admission fee right here, guys and girls.
So Brendan Charlton's got 1 left in the over.
1 ball remaining.
Newcastle
Taggart will be on strike.
Newcastle, number 7, Angus McTaggart.
That's 6 for 105. 3 overs remaining plus 1 ball. 19 balls, 29 runs, 4 wickets in hand. It's advantage Lake Mac attack.
Now, Mitchell Lowell was in there's almost this exact same position last year at Port Macquarie and produced a very calm maturity to get like Newcastle in an extraordinary game where we were 9 for 70 and got home chasing 107.
Wow.
Now, he's got a calm head. What the plan should be, is, to be honest with you, is to give McTaggart the strike.
Yeah, he'll just hit the singles, get off strike, rotate the strike, get that runner ball, and let McTaggart do the damage.
Lake Mac clearly in front here.
Yeah, it's certainly advantage attack.
It is indeed. Can they get themselves a 3rd consecutive appearance at the Sydney Cricket Ground?
Do we have a date for that finals day?
Tim Cox is here with us. I don't think a date's been finalised that I've seen, Tim. No is the end. Sorry. For men or women? Okay, so Tim definitely confirming that not yet. Great over, Brendan Charlton. That is a superb over under enormous pressure.
So
So
gone for 3 off that over. He's finished with 2 for 15 from his 4 overs.
and so we have a score of 6 for 105. So it's 28 off 3. Is that correct?
29 to win off 3 overs. So we're
29
getting up
off
to
3.
10 and over now, or run shy of 10 and over. Boundaries. If the Blasters are going to win this game, we're going to have a very exciting 15 minutes of cricket.
Adrian Chad back on at the northern end. Sorry.
As you would expect. Skipper
At the
back
southern
on.
end. I beg your pardon.
So he swapped ends, okay.
Bowling downwind.
Yep.
Let's go through the field for you, if I may. So I've got short third man. In comes Joey Gillard at backward point. There's a deep point on the fence. Cover. Daniel Bailey's just gone on, long off. Mid-wicket in the ring. Squarish mid-wicket. And a square leg. Can't see a fine leg at the moment. Another dot ball. And it's just something's got to happen real soon. I'm wearing a Blasters shirt today, so I'm hopeful that we can certainly get down to the last over. But at the moment, very good performance from Lake Mac. Adrian Chad bowling to Mitchell Lowell. And gets the single that he needed. So, end of the stage is Angus McTaggart, and I'm expecting fireworks pretty quickly.
Yeah, McTaggart on strike. You've certainly sold us that business is going to pick up here. Let's hoping you're on the money. Good to see some lusty hitting here
Could you just
late
turn
in
the
this
computer
clash.
just slightly to the left? So, yeah, just tilt it. Thank you, sir. That helps me enormously. 106.
Chad to McTaggart. Got it away for one. Will they come back? They probably won't. Strike rotated.
Other than this boundary right out towards us, this is not a big ground, and it's very hard to run twos when it's hit firmly to the fence.
Yeah, you either got to commit to take the pace off the shot with the intent to try and run two, or you need to go in as hard as you can, hoping to get that boundary. Holes hit that well.
That is
square.
That is a
That's 4 runs, a cracking shot. You said the offside's his go-to, and Chad's put that a bit wider than he would have liked to, and the Blasters needed that. 6 for 111.
23 off 14.
Still advantage Lake Mac.
Yes.
But yeah, the boundaries certainly turn things on their end. I think put a couple of boundaries back to back. Here's Chad again. He's tried it. He's got that through. Cover's coming around. A big dive. He's knocked that into the fence. That's back-to-back boundaries. A magnificent effort there by, I believe, that Richardson. A great dive and a great shot there by Lowell. Takes the total to 115. All of a sudden, it's 19 required from 13. We're getting back to that runnable situation. This is getting very, very close here at Lynn Oval.
Bailey's got one left. He'll buy the last, I reckon.
But Chad not quite getting it right there. He's bowling to Lowell's strength, and Lowell with that cool head, as you said. So that's through the leg side. Take a single. Last ball, the over. Big over there. 11 from. 6 for 116 at the end of 18 overs. 18 required from 2. Chad, 29 from 3 overs. That's expensive.
It's a big over, actually.
Mm.
Big over. Lowell keeps the strike as well, Dan. And so as Dan said, it's 18 off 2, still 9 over. That is, at this stage of the game, is very manageable. It is Jeremy Noonan to come on from the Stocko Barlow end. And we'll run through the field for you. Very, very straight fine leg, or a very narrow fine leg. Third man, backward point in the ring. Then a deep point. Cover in the ring, long off. Mid on, long on. And forward square. There is no one at deep square, interestingly, if Lowell goes square. Noonan to Lowell. Hits it hard, but gets that to the sweeper. McTaggart's coming for a double. Absolutely superb running from Angus McTaggart. And that's all they need to do there. Actually, at the moment, things are right up even again with that last over. It's now it's hard to pick a winner here. And as I said, Mitchell Lyle's got a pretty calm head in his shoulders. So I'll just see how they go. Score check for, we'll give a score every ball at 6 for 118. 11 balls left. That's the one they needed.
Dot ball. 16 off 10 is the ask.
Fast.
They'll hold their nerve.
Jeremy Noonan, 2 for 22 off 20 balls. Sorry, 2 for 24 off 20 balls. Mitchell Lyle getting himself composed. He knows he's got to get back to ball.
Can't afford to put dots together at this stage of the match. Something on that.
And gets something on it and gets McTaggart the strike. So 6 for 119 with 3 to go on the over. 15 off 9 is the equation by me. Yep.
Correct.
Put the microphone in the middle. We're sharing the mic today, ladies and gentlemen. So it's been a pleasure being here with Dan Saunders. It's been great commentating with you again. Great man. I really do enjoy sitting in the commentary box with you. It's great fun.
You and me both, Dave. Here's Noonan. Taggart's got onto that. Then he's hit that straight to fine leg. It was there waiting for it. Only a single.
Score check.
6 for 120. 14 required from 8 deliveries.
With Dan Bailey, I would imagine to bowl the last over here. I think he's odds on to bowl the last over, and he'll bowl at least 2 or 3 slow balls in that.
Yep. Lowell facing Noonan.
Charges
Great
him.
ball. Got himself sort of tied up there, Lowell, charging, and
That was sharp too. You let that one go.
4 from the over, so still 14 required. 8 balls remaining.
I'd really like to go
7
under the-
balls remaining. I do apologise.
I'd really like to go into the last over 11 or 10 away, not 14. 14 makes it difficult.
A boundary this ball makes things very interesting for this final over. And he's given him.
I reckon he's hit the cover cover off that anyway. Another matter. Jeremy Noonan finishes. for
Umpire's
3
always
weeks.
right. Lowell's dismissed for 21 from 19. And at the end of the 19th over, the Newcastle Blasters are 7 for 120. The equation, Dave Redden, it's very simple. 1 over remaining. The Blasters need 14 runs for victory. The Lake Mac attack need to go for 12 or less for victory. Who will bowl the final over? We think it'll be Dan Bailey. More importantly, who will be the batsman coming out? It'd have to be Nick Foster, I would.
I think it's actually Zach McGuigan.
Yep, it is. Yeah, well, Zach McGuigan's certainly a very handy cricketer. Oh, that wasn't good. I've just lost my cricket.
New batsman to the crease for Newcastle, number 33, Zach McGuigan.
Looks like Daniel Bailey with the ball in his hand, speaking to Adrian Chet now. Lost my cricket.
Newcastle need 14 runs off this last over to win.
We couldn't have created a better script, could we? 14 required off the last over. Angus McTaggart on strike. New South Wales country opening bowler Daniel Bailey to bowl the last over. 14 to win. 14 to win. It's okay.
And the bowler for Lake Macquarie, number 18, Daniel Bailey.
So let's go through the field. Fine leg, deep backward square leg, deep square leg. That means Dan Bailey from me's gone. No, in fact, finally he's going to come up inside the ring. We've got long on, long off, deep cover. I think, Dan, there's no one at third man. Yeah, so we've got long on, long off, cover. Sweeper cover. Backward point, which is Daniel Arms. Short fine leg. Then deep backward square, deep mid wicket. Adrian Chad coming onto the ring. Here we go. 6 balls left.
Bailey to McTaggart.
Angus
It's a great start to the final over.
4 runs, a great shot there by Angus McTaggart.
Score is now 7 for 124. There are 10 needed off 5 balls. That first run, and he probably needs another boundary early on in the innings. They don't want to be having to get 4 or 6 off the last ball. 7 for 124. 10 needed off 5.
Bailey again to McTaggart. Giving himself room. He's hit that well. Straight in a long off. It's going to be 4 more. Back-to-back boundaries by McTaggart. All of a sudden, 7 for 128. 6 off 4. This game has swung back into the Blasters' favour.
Whoa.
8 off 4.
Yeah, I still reckon it's line ball.
6 off 4, sorry.
There's 6 off 4 to win.
6 off 4. 3 wickets in
And
hand.
change of field. They put back deep extra cover and bring in deep backward square.
Comes Bailey again. It's played across the line.
And that's an eventful dot by the look of it.
Very interesting. Must have got something on that to be not called a wide.
6 off 3.
6 off 3. Jeez. Who do you want to be, batting or bowling? What a great game of cricket we've had today.
Probably bowling.
Well, you've got all the the destiny's in your hands. Here comes Bailey, ball 4 of the 20th and final over. McTaggart's hit that. It's
Going to be caught.
caught. Great catch there by
And that's a wicket for Lake Macquarie.
Adrian Chad, the skipper.
6 off
Caught
2.
by captain Adrian Chad.
They've crossed, so Lowell looks like he'll be on strike.
No, McGuigan.
Sorry, Lowell's out. McGuigan, I do apologise. They look very similar. And the skipper, Nick Foster, striding out to the wicket. 6 off 3 advantage Blasters. 6 off 2.
6 off 2, isn't it?
Back to the Mac attack.
I agree.
Coming to the
Very
crease for
tight game of cricket here.
Newcastle,
That's mad.
and the captain, Nick Foster.
So it all comes down to these final 2 balls here at Lynn Oval. Dan Bailey, experienced pace bowler. He went for 2 boundaries in a row, but he's got the wicket they needed. Be very interesting to see what they do here. So they've crossed. So McGuigan will be on strike.
Pace off the ball. Pace off the ball is my tip, first of all.
This will be his first ball on strike 2. So they need to score. They need something. Could we have a super over?
We could.
Ooh.
Wouldn't that put them? Because you know, yeah, super overs are fascinating.
We need to move the coverage around to end on for that. Dan Bailey has the ball. Zach McGuigan taking strike. The field he has set. What do we got here, Dave Redden?
We've got
deep mid wicket.
Long.
Deep
no,
third man.
Yeah, there is
deep
no long
point.
on. No long on. No long on, by the way. Here we go.
Wow, it's deep long off though. Bailey to McGuigan. He's got something on that.
Foster's got to hit a boundary to get a super over.
Leg by. 5 runs for victory, 4 runs for a tie and a super over.
That's correct. So
The game is down to this final delivery, final legal delivery.
boundary 4 gets that's got to roll over 8 for 129 now on the frog box. So
A 6 is victory, a 4 is a tie. Anything less than a boundary is a victory to the late Mac attack.
Yep.
Dan Bailey, no pressure. The Stockton captain, the Blasters captain, Nick Foster on his home ground on strike, facing his first and only ball.
You wouldn't write a script for this, would you? Here we go. So Foster, who loves to go inside out over cover, is one of his go-to areas.
Prisoner of Society blaring in the background. The Paul?
There's a cover and a long off. That's one of his go-to areas. He loves to hit in the air over there. And let's have a look. See what happens.
Here comes Bailey to Foster, the final ball. And he skied it, and it looks like it's going to be a wicket. And the Lake Mac attack have won the Plan B Regional Bash fixture here by 4 runs. A fantastic fight back by the Lake Mac attack. A very good over there by Dan Bailey. 2 wickets in that final over. Dave Redden, I'll let you summarise this match, but what a fight back by the Lake Mac attack.
Great game of cricket. Just straight up game of cricket. Great game of cricket. And it played the right way. Just fabulous right down to the last ball. And well done, Lake Mac. As I said, they've got. I told you, I tipped that they'd go hard and go deep, and they have. And they've produced a superb performance defending what I regarded as a below par total in 133.
Well, say 175 at the start was sort of
correct.
Based on the wicket, the quick outfield, short boundary.
Correct.
On one side. Yeah, great game of cricket. And Newcastle Blasters, a great effort in defeat, but the Lake Mac attack now are off to the finals at the City Cricket Ground.
Indeed. Look, a great game of cricket, and it ended up 9 for 129, the Newcastle Blasters, and Lake Mac ended up with 133 off their 20 overs. Dan, it's been a great afternoon of cricket. It really has. Been a pleasure commentating with you. I'm very happy for you to come and see some representative level cricket. It was pretty good cricket, wasn't it? It was top level cricket. It really was enjoyable.
It's fantastic to see that next level of the first grade cricketers, the best of the best, all playing against each other. And Dave, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Thank you as well. Thanks to Tim Cox as well and David Absalom and everybody involved today, the Cricket New South Wales staff, and what's been a wonderful afternoon's cricket. The Lake Mac attack are going through to the SCG for the 3rd year in a row for the finals of the Plan B Regional Bash. On behalf of Tim Cox, David Absalom, Dan Saunders, me, David Redden, we wish you good afternoon from Lynn Oval and Stockton with Lake Mac going to the Plan B Regional Bash semis. Take care, everyone. See you soon.